because going to work.
I'm not I'm not talking about like the coons that we call coons. You know, the motherfucker. Like I'm not talking about that, bro. I'm
not the
that's us bullshitting. You know what I'm saying? Because they doing some fuck shit that we don't like.
I know.
I'm talking, we're talking in the context. We're talking to somebody who's downbeaten, somebody who just is the lowest of the low when it comes to everything, right? And if they see that their stature, right, could increase, they would. That's just like saying you getting ready to go to prison, and they tell you, well, if you tell on Joe Blow, we'll reduce your sentence to 30 days instead of 50 years. A lot of people gonna take that deal, right? Guess what? That could be considered. Listen, you can say, you know, in front of your boys, you can say, "Oh, I'm hard. I'm just real. I'm just explaining." Like that guy is the victim. You're a victim.
People that go out there. Hold on, let me say this. There's no saving face for people that go out there,
right? There's
a black man to go out there and make an excuse for white cops going out shooting other black men without weapons.
No, that's not what we discussing. No, you talking something
that's
different.
Cool.
No,
that's
no.
Yeah, that is cool.
I tried to give you my definition of what I was talking about. And obviously, you didn't get it, right?
Your definition.
Listen, I'm telling you. If you're living like the song say, you're living in a system of white supremacy. If you're living in a system of white supremacy, right? You're living on the fucking plantation. And motherfucking offer you a better fucking spot, or you know, or something like that. Those people that take it, you could call them a coon, but at the same time, they're a victim because the whole system victimized these people to do that. I'm just saying, like, that is different. That's much different than a motherfucker that's out here doing like y'all know how we bullshit. We call them a coon.
So I'll tell you what. So cradle.
Wait for the coon.
No. Let's get some specific.
We're establishing.
Let's give some specific examples.
We're establishing.
I don't want anything to get
we're talking about.
Don't want anything to get crossed up in translation, Jaydub. So I gave you an example of like a black man just going out and excusing cops for shooting.
Yes, that's
black man. Bro, there is no excuse for that type of coonery, bro.
Absolutely.
I think what you're talking about is somebody going to work having, you know what I'm saying, the smile and
nope, that's not what I said.
And earn money for their family, but that's not cooning. Nope. That's doing what you got to do.
Listen, I gave you specific. I gave you a specific scenario. I gave you a specific scenario. So you can't create. Hold on, you can't create your scenario and say, so Jaydub, this is what you're talking about. No, I gave you my scenario. What my meaning was. So that didn't. What you said.
I don't think your scenario wasn't specific enough. Give me a specific scenario.
Listen, I'm telling you.
Okay, that's acceptable. Give me a specific.
Listen, no. Listen. I never said cooning was acceptable. It's not, especially. No, I didn't. I said, and let me repeat myself because I got the audio. I'm recording too. So don't try to fit what I'm saying into what your narrative wanted to be.
Change it up and you hit the record button now.
Big facts. I got to record everything to make sure in case I got to rewind and show you bastards what I'm saying. Right? I'm just saying if you have a certain system that's set up. In its design, right, for the haves and the have-nots, and all the people that have or get an opportunity to have, and if they take that opportunity, and you call them a coon for taking that opportunity, and you're more matter at them than you are matter at the fucking system and the people who put the system in play, then that's a bigger problem. That's a bigger fucking problem.
Well, let me break this down.
Because it's like, why? You're being so you're more mad. No, hold on. Pose. Hold on. Let me finish. So you're telling me that I know there's a system that's built for this, and I know there's other people that's making this shit there. I'm not really mad at the system. I'm not mad at them. But I'm mad at my brother over here for taking this opportunity.
You could be both.
That's what I'm saying. Why aren't you mad? Why aren't you so angry and furious at the fucking system and the motherfuckers who put this system in place to fucking put that guy in that position?
But what's gonna hurt more?
what's going to hurt more is that it's like you on the battlefield with you know, with your homeboy.
No, man. It's like this. Like Noah, listen. Noah got it. Listen, Noah got it. Noah got a great job. Noah got a great job. Noah got a great job. He got a great house.
Everybody in the chat.
He investing. He got a good thing going on, right? But there's some motherfucker that's in Noah's hood or somewhere where he grew up back in his hood that's gonna look at Noah and say, "Look at this
Louisiana
motherfucker
King
right here. This motherfucker Coon here. He come over here with a nice flashy car and this and that." And that. No. Listen to what I'm saying, right? Now that dude is mad at you and he's taking you out of context because you both living in a system, right? You both live in a system that was designed for neither one of you to succeed.
You guys,
but you took some steps or had some luck, whereas that person didn't. And now he's looking at you, calling you a coon, and saying what you're doing is bad. And then, but he's more mad at you than he is at the fucking system or the fucking people who put the system in place. That's the scenario that I'm looking at when you brought to the table. That's what I'm saying. Like, that's not fair.
Shit! Isn't that cool right there? It's a crime.
That's a black man doing for himself. That's not a coon.
No, that scenario that you made was in the same context. And I said that is not what I'm saying.
I'm gonna give you an example of some coon shit, right? I'm a fan of Lil Wayne, bro. I love his music. But
he's
that nigga's a coon, bro.
He's a super coon. He's a super
coon. Nigga had an opportunity to speak out against black oppression and
absolutely
being treated indifferently.
Absolutely.
Instead, this nigga talking about he don't know racism. You know what I'm saying?
But you know what, Noah? This is what you fail to realize, right? And think about it.
He had an opportunity. He had a platform.
But Noah,
he has a huge platform. He had an opportunity.
I understand that, bro. Listen,
and he chose the coon.
I understand that, bro. Listen, let's use Lil Wayne, right? Because like I agree with you, right? He a coon, but I agree he's a coon for a different reason. But what I'm saying is, right? Lil Wayne is still a victim.
Oh shit.
He's a victim because he's still living in this system, right? This motherfucker knew that he had time, like he had charges against him. This motherfucker might go to prison. So he's not gonna he's not gonna say what he needs to say to ride for his people at the right time because listen. No. Listen to me, Noah. You gotta listen.
Hold on. Let me interject. We're all victims, right? But some of us choose to stand up. Some of us choose to coon.
Oh shit!
So those that don't stand up is a coon.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Cool. So back to what I was saying, right? Like I was just saying is, no matter how much money Lil Wayne got, he is still a victim. Yes, I called him a coon. Let's get out of the way. But again, I say he's a coon for a different reason.
Let me ask you this question.
Please let me finish, brother. Please let me finish. But Noah called him a coon because he has an opportunity to use his platform to speak up about injustice and everything else. He chose not to. He decided to secure his money bag and also secure favors in where he got upcoming court cases that he needed to take care of, and he got pardoned. But so guess what? All the time we called him cool because he didn't step up, but come to find out this motherfucker like, look, man, I might be going to jail for 50 years. So guess what? I'm gonna pull a Tekashi 69. Well, he ain't really snitch, but I'm just saying he played the game how it goes, right? Again, he's a victim. He's a victim of the system and the people who put the system in place and enforce it. He's a victim. No matter how much money you got, he's still a victim because it's still a system that was designed for him to fail. It was designed for him not to even be in the position that he's in. And
let me put it like this to you, Jaydub.
Go ahead.
Instead of playing the game, he had an opportunity to change it. He didn't.
Let me ask you this, right?
Listen, like Jaydub, hold on. Let me ask the question I was going to ask you.
Go ahead.
Now, if somebody's aware, right? Because we're talking about, the whole coon situation. But now, if they are aware, self-aware, that's what really makes them a coon, right? It's one thing you're ignorant, but to actually understand what's going on and to do what you do, you definitely a coon.
Yeah,
because you're not ignorant to the system no more. You're self-aware of what's going on, but you're still making a conscious decision to do it. You're definitely a
coon. Wayne decided to not only secure his money bag, he decided to secure himself out of fucking jail, right? He did what he had to do to, and mind you, it is. Yeah, for one, he should have never put himself in a fucking position in the first place, right? To be having all these cases hanging over his head, right? So That's already some coony shit, right? You got millions of dollars. Why the fuck you out here doing some rogue shit? Listen, Noah. But back to my point, Noah. He should, right? He's the reason he's a coon is because he already made it. He already got his millions. So he could have did a better job by using his money and his talent and his connections to help other black people in this fucking system, right? But he chose to do the other bullshit that really means nothing. Right? You just out there fucking around, you fucking carrying guns everywhere, and you got all the drugs and shit. Nigga, you done made out the hood, secure your bag and move the fuck on. Like, why you still doing the fucking dumb shit, right? That's fucking coonish when you the fucking made it and you still decide to fucking hang around and do the dumb shit. That's coonish way because you should use your platform and use your money to help others that wasn't fortunate. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I call him a coon in that aspect. But as far as him being hemmed up by the cases and all kind of shit, brother, that's been going all the way back to the Black Panther days. That shit has always been going on, where they hem motherfuckers up, they got tickets or can't afford to get out of court, they hem them up and flip them and do all kind of stuff. That's just, again, it's a system that's built for that. That's the whole legal system. That's the whole justice system. That's everything, right?
This, bro. Like he's not the only black man going through that, bro.
No, he's not. But you gotta admit. But can you admit that he's a victim? Can you admit that he's a victim of the system?
He's a millionaire. He ain't a victim.
Once you become once you become a millionaire, you're no longer a victim.
The fucking pharmaceutical industry.
Because I can show you a bunch of millionaires and a bunch of big people that are still fucking victims.
He's a victim
a lot of these motherfuckers are in jail right now.
I'm not black emoji.
Well, I will say this.
Okay.
We're all faced with adversities, right? Racial adversities.
But Wayne a coon.
But we all choose to handle it different. He had a choice to make. He could have spoke up.
Are you serious?
Man, he didn't. He a bitch.
That's what makes him a
So let me ask you this.
Look here. Hold up.
Hold on, Teddy. It's not that kind of show, Teddy.
He's black in America.
It's not that kind of show, brother. Like,
no, it ain't no victim. No, it ain't no victim. I'll tell you this about Wayne. Wayne already stated out. Ain't my problem. He already said it from the get-go.
Yes.
Not my problem.
Yep. Black lives matter, bitter lives matter.
So
absolutely,
when it come down to it, what the fuck made y'all think he was really gonna speak out about this shit? He already said long time ago, Alton Sterling wasn't his problem.
Listen,
so
just like
Floyd was gonna be
he's inherently a victim because he's black in America. That's about it. Other than that,
thank you.
Other than that, he's a coon, bro.
Thank you.
That's it. That's it.
Noah, it shouldn't have took 30 minutes for me to get that out of you.
Oh shit!
I just wanted you to admit that we're living fucking in a system of white supremacy that was designed
in a manner that it excuses what he.
I didn't.
Does,
you took it that way. However you take it, that's on you. I'm just saying is that you have to acknowledge. And you can't be mad, right? There's a problem with you if you're madder at the victim than you are the system and the people who put the system in place. That's what I said. That's why. No, listen. Again. How? Listen, Noah. I'm gonna tell you this, bro.
Nathaniel.
That is almost some coonish behavior.
Oh shit!
You can't be more madder at the victim than you are at the motherfuckers who put the system in place and who's enforcing the system. Like, you can't be more madder at a motherfucker who's a victim. Like, did you not think?
Listen. If we getting shot by cops, right? Lil Wayne the type of nigga to hand him the gun.
Listen,
You have to be aware that.
Listen, personally, I don't know Lil Wayne.
Both are bad, bro.
Listen, listen. Personally, I don't know Lil Wayne. I don't know a lot of the bullshit that he does or whatever. But at the same time, I know he's a victim, and I'm not going to be more outraged.
We're using that metaphorically, bro. That's sitting here.
For all these people who are out there pumping their fist up in Black Lives Matter and doing all that shit, and y'all know I don't like to talk about a lot of this shit publicly because I feel like this shit is our in-house talk. This is our in-house shit, right? I don't want others. No, that's not what I said. You and I already fucking agreed that Wayne was a coon. We just agreed that he was a coon for different reasons. But what I'm saying, right? What I'm saying is that we both finally acknowledge that he's a victim, right? He's a victim of the same system, but at the same time,
white supremacy.
You're basically saying, well, you're more madder than him than you are the system, and the system that and the people that put. I'm more outraged at the system that put him in that fucking position to be able to fucking be a coon. You see what I'm saying? I'm more outraged. Listen.
I could be outraged at both.
Listen,
bro. I could be mad at the system, and I could be mad at the person that had the opportunity to speak
but
out against it.
I'm way more madder than that. Listen, I'm 1,000 times way more madder than that fucking system and the people that put the fucking system in place. I'm way more.
Not everybody gets that platform though, Jaydub. When you got somebody that has that platform, listen, it's from the same struggle as you, and they choose the coon, that shouldn't erase you.
Listen. At the end of the day, I can't fix myself to be more mad, right, at a victim than I can the fucking victim, the person who fucking did it. No, Teddy, hold on. Teddy,
why are we addressing Wayne as a victim? That's what I'm trying to get out of here.
Should you not have any type of feeling towards the person has the platform and could have spoke out but didn't?
You listen. Let me say face. No, hold on, Noah.
Ask your question.
I'm finna answer your question exactly how you. I'm finna answer it right.
Walls of concrete on asking all the.
Listen. For all we have, how many people? We got maybe let's say 1,000 athletes in the. Hold on, we got 1,000 athletes in the NBA. We got 1,000 athletes in the NFL. We got 1,000 actors. We got all 1,000 people in various big. multi-million-dollar, some billion-dollar in industry, right? Yeah. That never say a word. The only handful of people that you see, maybe LeBron, Kobe spoke up some. You got my brother Colin Kaepernick, and you got a few others, right? So that's a handful of people that actually speak up compared to the whole fucking industry, the whole $1 trillion industry, sports, actors, and all that shit, rappers, and all that shit, right? But we don't hold them. We're not holding them accountable. We're gonna hold the handful of people.
Like we.
But let me.
How is that?
Hold on. No. Let me say this
before you tell them, man. Let me respond. You look at recent events, bro. Mm-hmm. You have athletes, entertainers, companies, corporations. They're starting to speak out more and more. Shit's still going on, mind you, but. You have people that are speaking out.
No. That's what happens. Hold on, man. Noah, but listen, that's the mistake that you make when you take an entertainer, right? And you put those entertainers are still living in a system of white supremacy. They're still victims. They still got to do what zaddies say do, or else all their fame and fortune is going away. Listen, what happened to listen, I understand that. And guess what? Colin Kaepernick sacrificed his fucking career and everything all for that.
And he a real one for that. He a real one for that.
Did Michael Jordan do it? Did any of the other ones fucking do it? No, they did not. But I'm just saying, you can't blame a victim. You can't be more mad at the victim than you can the system and the people who put the system together. I don't understand that. How can I not make you understand that?
But Jay, this a difference, right? Of somebody, all right, choosing not to speak up, but then somebody like Lil Wayne, where when he speaks up, he's doing more harm by saying shit like, I don't fuck with the Black Lives Matter. Like, I don't believe in, that there's racism, all of that shit. That's what I call fucking coon. When you open your mouth, we agree. You're not you're making shit worse.
Manhattan,
like that's the type of shit I'm talking about.
You fighting the fight that we already concluded. Wayne was a coon, right? He was a coon for that. There's not even no argument that we all agree on that. I want to debate on some shit that we disagree with.
That's for anybody.
But your whole thing about not being upset or feeling some type of ill will about
this is
niggas cooning.
This is what I'm saying, right? And I don't know. I'm being plain direct and to the point, right?
Yes, sir.
We all agree we living in a fucking system of white supremacy. It's ran from the bottom to the top, right? Shit was raised. It's enforced by the cops. It's enforced by the judges, the lawyers, everybody. We all fucking agree this, right? And there was the architects that put this shit into play, right? And the shit goes all the way back to slavery, right? So we all agree on that. We all agree on that.
The same page.
Listen, but now we're more mad we're more mad at fucking Chicken George than we are at the motherfucking slave owner that's fucking holding us bondage, or the person that put this. I'm just saying. Listen, I didn't excuse Chicken George, right, for being a coon. I'm just saying you seem to be more upset because that's
not about being more upset.
Ever since we started this conversation,
it's like you're giving them niggas a pass. They don't deserve that pass.
Okay, listen. What more can I do or say about a person besides calling them coon for doing some fuck shit?
No, okay.
Once I call them a coon, listen. Once we call them a coon, that's all that we can do and move away. But guess what? There's a lot we can do. Listen, there's a lot we can do with addressing this whole fucking white supremacist system that's put there. There's a lot we can address with the lawyers, the judges, and this whole fucking legal and system and all this other shit. Why aren't we more mad at that and screaming, yelling at that, and then just
here's the thing, right?
That's a victim.
This is my question, and maybe I understand both of you sides of what you guys are saying about who should be more mad about. The system the way it is, I don't think, like you said, we can't. I mean, it's actually change comes over time. Have things gotten better from the '60s to now?
Maybe.
Yeah. I mean,
some shit we regret.
We're still doing. Yeah. In certain ways, we're regression.
It go back to what I was talking about back. Listen, it go back to what I was talking about Big Mama, right? Big Mama and them got dogs sicked on them. They tried boycotting. They got water hose put on them. They got billy clubs put on them. They was thrown in jail. They did all that shit back in the 50s and the 60s, right? And here we are in 2021. We got video cameras with motherfuckers putting a fucking knee on our neck for fucking 20 minutes until they squeeze every life of breath out of us, and we gotta sit here and hope and pray that a motherfucker would even be fucking sentenced guilty or not. That I don't consider that progress. I consider that.
But like, the thing is, that shit's been happening, Jaydub.
Noah, you can't excuse that. Noah, the same way you saying I'm excusing. I'm not excusing the system. It sounds like you're excusing the system instead of being outraged about it.
No, let me finish my statement. Shit been happening. I'm not excusing it. Today we got the internet. We got cell phones. That stuff is getting captured now. It's getting live streamed and played so people can see it.
But how is that changing anything? How many cases we got footage, right? We got footage of all of that shit, and they still don't get caught guilty.
Z made the point that things have gotten better since the 60s. Are they perfect? No. I
don't think it got better. I don't think it got better.
I feel like it got worse.
No, listen, I'm gonna tell you why it didn't get better. It didn't get better.
Go ahead. Let me finish. Now we got the evidence. Now we can be vocal about it. We can speak out about it. The thing about it is you still have people have black people that see the shit on the internet. And,
how did that help?
Watch videos.
How did that help Tamir Rice?
Sit here.
How did that help
Brianna? Here and tell you that there's not
how did that help? How did that help all these other people where the cops go in and we had all the footage? We had that shit in 4K. We had that shit, you know what I'm saying, with the iPhone. None of it mattered. That's what I'm saying.
I'll give you one better. Hell, we had footage of Michael Brown getting choked the fuck out, and what happened? Them fuckers, Walt. We had video of Alton Sterling sitting here getting a gun pressed to his chest and getting pulled the trigger.
No. Hold on.
I don't think you understand, Jada. I'm upset at the system, no doubt, right? But you got people that
you sound like you kind of giving it a pass though. It's like that butt. I hear it like in your voice. I hear a butt though. You know what I'm saying?
We have black people that have a platform, that are turning they're turning another cheek.
Noah. I hate to say it, brother, but let's say you got a platform, right? You got a platform. You got money. You got a platform. You speak about it. You be about it. It's not changing It's not changing anything. Motherfuckers have been having fucking cell phone cameras for over 10 years now, for over a decade. We saw Rodney King get his motherfucking ass mollywop back in the 90s, live on camera, on TV, live. None of them motherfuckers got convicted at all. It's not working. So that's what I'm saying. How can you be mad at somebody that, how can you be more mad at the victim than you are the system or the motherfuckers that put it?
I'm going to use your argument against you. Would you rather?
Go ahead.
Well, okay, so we shouldn't be mad at people, niggas cooning, right?
I didn't say that. I think you should be mad at every fucking coon. No, I think you should be mad at every fucking coon.
What if LeBron was like, that ain't got nothing to do with me?
What if he shot
listen,
what if everybody decided to
Noah, let me ask you this.
Oh shit! Everybody.
What police, right, has LeBron used his platform to put in jail? Thank you. Crickets. That's what I mean. LeBron James, right?
Hold on, wait. I'm still processing the question. Hold on. You said what platform?
Yeah.
I said, what police have LeBron James?
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm giving away Xbox Series S. I wasn't going live on YouTube today, but anyway, like I said in the intro again, here's the link. A lot of you guys got Amazon Prime. Click the link. Subscribe for free. Join the Discord. Get into the giveaways. And we're going to be drawing into the month, and for those that rock out, much is legit. For sure.
Platforms have not made a change or convicted any fucking police officer at all.
Listen, Jaydub, the fact that LeBron spoke out will motivate others to speak out. He got a platform. He has followers. The more people speak out, that's the process that you need to start change.
Let me tell you this.
Start to change.
Noah, when you living in a system of white supremacy, my brother, there's no money. There's no notoriety. There's no platform. There's no nothing that you can do that's going to change that system that was designed. It's working the way it was fucking designed. It was designed to work this way. The system is working. It's working.
The system was designed for us.
I believe
it wasn't.
I know the system designed up, but
you see what I'm saying? Noah, you're mad. You're mad that no. I'm using this metaphorically, right? You're mad at a person, right? That's a victim in this system that's designed for us not to work. And since it's not working, you'd rather take the frustration out on this brother and his platform and not saying this and not saying that. And I'm telling you, every fucking black celebrity could use all their money and all their platforms and try to make a change, and it won't change. You know why? Because it's working. It's working the way it was fucking designed.
I don't fucking mad at somebody who's not saying something.
I disagree with that.
I'll be more mad at somebody.
Listen, you know how many hashtags we got on Twitter and fucking YouTube and Instagram and all this shit, right? Millions and millions of fucking Mike Browns and George Floyds and shit like that. The system is still doing the same. Next week it'll be the same fucking thing. And that's what I'm telling you. When you living in a system of white supremacy, it's doing exactly what. Listen, let me tell you this, right? When them motherfucking white supremacists walked into the fucking state, when they walked into the fucking Capitol, right? These motherfuckers barged and broke into the fucking Capitol. You only had one fucking death. One fucking death. Minnesota, just today, they had fucking army tanks, they had the National Guard, and everything goes. Does that not tell you that this system is designed against us and for them? You're telling Little Wayne that you're more mad at him than the motherfucking tanks?
We should be scared and be quiet. Is that what you?
No, you said that. You're telling this dude that he needs to fucking. You said that. I didn't say that.
You click the link right here, brother.
I'm saying you said that. Remember?
Click the link. I just dropped.
No one was mad at Lil Wayne because Lil Wayne, he decided to not use his fucking platform.
Listen, my man asked me how do you subscribe? It's free. Well, you can subscribe with the link. But if you have Amazon Prime, Willie style, what you do is you log in, you go to your Amazon account, click Prime, and you go down where you see gaming. And if you already have a Twitch account, what you do, you link your Twitch account with your Amazon Prime Gaming, which you already have. You're paying for your Amazon Prime. They give you one free subscription a month, and you can click that link right there, brother, and you subscribe for free. You just got to combine the two. Man.
It's some dumb shit like Lil Wayne. That's what I'm saying.
I just told you, we have all these social media platforms. We have all this TV coverage. We have Oprah. We have Michael Jordan. We have LeBron. We have all that shit. And yet, the motherfucker was just killed right down the street from where fucking George Floyd died, right? Just the other day, literally the other day. So what I'm telling you, right, is when you focus all that energy against one person who's a victim, right? Now
it's not just one person. It's niggas cooning in general, bro.
Listen,
like man, he brought up a good point. It's not that the fact Lil Wayne was quiet, bro. He had an opportunity to speak out against it. He didn't, but instead said pretty much that
yeah, he was cooning.
Don't matter.
He was supporting his. He was supporting his.
If you want to stay
you didn't hear what I'm saying. Listen, you didn't hear what I man. You're not hearing. You're not hearing. Listen, you're not hearing. Listen to me. Speak less and listen. So this is final. I'm finna say this one last time, right?
Shit.
I'm finna say this one last time. No disrespect. You know, we just talking, but I'm just saying, no disrespect, right? We all living in the system, right? Look at the code. No matter how much listen. No matter how much money you got,
we've been living in a city of oppression.
Listen, what I'm saying, right, is we've all agreed that Wayne's a coon, right? But I'm just saying, if you're madder at a person for not using his platform or spouting out some bullshit to secure his money bag and secure his freedom from jail because he did some fucked up shit, if you're more madder at that than you are at this fucking cop kneeling on the motherfucking head, or the fucking lawyer, or the judge, or the DA, or the fucking government that backs all this shit, if you're more madder at that, then that's a problem. No, you can't.
Yeah, but Jay, what you're doing is that
what I told Noah, no,
Manhattan, anger. It's not.
Listen, I don't Manhattan, I don't want you to interpret anything. I just want you to listen to what I'm saying. Just listen to what I'm saying. So you hearing it firsthand. You don't have no interpretations needed. If you're more mad at that fucking
like you trying to oppress my man Manhattan, man.
Listen, I'm saying though, right? Because here's the thing. I hear this all the time, right? I hear this all the time. I hear a lot of people being more mad at an individual than they are the system and the people who put the system in place and the people that enforce the system. We're not mad.
I think that's where you got it confused, bro. I don't think I don't hate the man. You know what I'm saying?
No, I know you don't.
I'm mad that instead of taking the opportunity to speak out and stand up for something,
and that's natural.
He turned on it, but he turned cold. He would turn cold.
Listen. We all.
I would have rather him said no comment.
But
he basically just said fuck all y'all niggas.
Let me say, Jay. Let me explain it. Let me explain this. Wait, Jay. I think the point, Jay, this is the thing. You're trying to measure people's anger, right? Fuck. Let's talk about the system. We already know the system. We know what we're dealing with. What niggas trying to fight against.
When you say that, Manhattan, it makes it sound like you.
Again, let me
we can do about it.
Let me finish. You're saying when people's more mad. I don't think people's more mad at Lil Wayne, or people like Lil Wayne. They're gonna be upset because it's like, yo, if niggas is going against that, and you turn around and be like, well, I don't see the problem with it. That's a problem in itself.
Who said that? Who said they didn't see a problem with it? Who said that?
That's why I'm saying.
Oh, okay. I thought you were talking about me. No, I thought you were talking about me.
Not you. What I'm saying is that I'd rather you not talk.
Yes.
Because you're not adding. You're just making shit worse.
Listen, I agree. Right? He agitated the situation, and again, that's why we call him a coon. We've agreed on that. But the bigger picture of what I'm trying to get y'all to see,
he don't get a pass, bro. He don't get a pass for that.
Listen, I'm not giving it a pass, but what I'm trying to do, right?
I'm trying to argument.
No. I want to put the onus more on the fucking system because he is a victim.
Nigga has become the system, bro.
Listen,
he has become the system.
Lil Wayne ain't no fucking system. Hey, that motherfucker was hemmed up. He's a coon.
If you're not helping, you against us.
He got a pardon by Trump him fucking self. What does that tell you?
If you're not helping, you against us.
Listen. Well, if that's the case, why we don't ride on the system? Why we don't ride on the motherfuckers who's enforcing the system? Why we don't ride on the fucking government? Like, think about it. All them people that ran into the listen. Hold on. Let me finish.
No,
I brought it right back. I brought it right. Listen, because let me finish my statement. I brought it right back up to those motherfuckers that went into the fucking Capitol. They were able to not only make it to the Capitol, but there was very little police there, right? They were able to make it.
Black ass not gonna make it to the past the yard.
Listen.
You're not gonna make it past the front yard.
But you're kind of proving my point, right? The mere fact that our black ass won't make it, right? And if more than 5 people walk to the fucking Capitol door, police are coming out. The fucking military is coming out. We're gonna have tanks. We're gonna have problems, right? That proves to you how powerful the system is and how it's in play. So when y'all mad at
nobody's debating that, Jaydub. We're not debating that.
You're debating
against us, right?
You're debating the individual, and I'm trying to fight the system.
Your thing is you're giving a nigga.
I'm focusing on the system.
A pass, bro.
No, I'm not giving them a pass. We didn't already agree. What more besides calling Wayne a coon? What do you want me to do? Besides calling Lil Wayne a coon, what more do you want me to do?
Bro, it's not just Lil Wayne.
I don't listen. I don't support him as far as I don't buy his music. I don't listen to his music. So what more do you want me to do?
It's not. Lil Wayne is just an example, but there's more.
Man, I understand, but what I'm trying to open y'all eyes to, right, is that instead of focusing on all that energy attacking these people who are fucking victims, because if they weren't in a system of white supremacy, they would have never said that. They would have never did that. They would have never had their back fucking against the wall.
So what I'm gathering here is we should go on Magazio, on the White House.
No, I don't know what you're gonna do, but what I'm saying, right?
I'm saying, but what do you want us to do, bro? We're on nobody's
let's start. Let's start with this. Let's start with this. How about we spend less time attacking the victims and focusing more on the system and the people that enforce the system and people that is designing the system and architecting the system and keeping it in place? How about that? If we do that, right, that'll eliminate the system. That makes sure there's no need for Lil Wayne Cool no more.
I think most of us in here do, bro. I see. But I feel tweeting, retweeting, sharing the knowledge. Like, bro, nobody's focused on Lil Wayne, but on the same token, that nigga don't get a pass for that, bro.
Noah, I feel so much more energy from you when it's focusing towards Lil Wayne than I do when I'm telling you about these folks in the system that they fucking put together and that they've been operating and that they've been bestowing upon us, enforcing on us for fucking 400 years. How can you, like, I can't, it's just me, maybe I'm the odd man out, but I cannot have more fucking animosity or just rage on this guy who obviously is a fucking victim, right?
Hey, Jaydub, I think you over-exaggerating though with the anger situation. You over-exaggerating.
No, because we've been talking about Lil Wayne. No, let me tell you, man, why I'm not.
But we just giving you an example.
For 30 minutes, listen. For 30 minutes, we've been talking about Lil Wayne, and we've only talked about me bringing up the system and the people who operate the system and enforce the system for 5 minutes. Like we want to get past that. Y'all don't want to address that. Y'all don't want to address that. I've been bringing it up, hoping that y'all say, "Fuck it, let's talk about this. Let's talk about this. Let's put this shit out here." And y'all don't want to talk about it. Nobody. We know we in the system, but you know
the problem. The problem is what you're saying is. One, we're not I'm not overly mad. I don't think anybody's overly mad.
Come on, right? We ain't making no excuses. Come on, man. We ain't gonna make no excuses, bro.
Nobody's making excuses. You're over exaggerating with the whole mass situation.
How?
One minute you're talking about we're all a victim, right? But the same victim that's in the same boat as me decided that he wanted to kick me off the right.
I'm trying to get you to see that we are all victims. So I'm not finna poke my finger at this guy here more than I can.
But check this out. But how about this? Check this out. Before we gonna fight this battle, we gotta clean the fucking house. Because you can't go to fucking war fighting among yourself. You gotta clean the fucking house to get your right. Because
listen. What you're saying is
almost like what you're saying is almost yeah, we're all a victim, but we gotta all look over there, bro. It's hard to fucking fight.
No, listen. What did Dr. Umar say? Right? He said we ain't gonna be able to fucking pull everybody with us. Some of these motherfuckers are gonna go to sleep for good.
Exactly my point. That's my point.
That's why I'm not focused. You know why? Manhattan, but you proved my point. That's why I'm not listen, you just proved my point. That's why I'm not focusing on fucking Lil Wayne. There's no way listen, I can't get y'all I can't get y'all to see the moon from the stars, bro. I don't understand.
We understand, Jay. We literally
you niggas ain't cerebral enough.
Talking about what you also not understand is that we gotta address motherfuckers like that. You can't leave them on notice, bro. On check. You can't do that.
So check this out, man. Listen.
I mean, yo, we could
so
do
you
both.
Gonna roll?
I'm
listen,
saying, we could do both.
Manhattan. So you gonna roll up on this brother here, but you ain't gonna roll up on that cop that just fucked that nigga up, right? You gonna roll up? You gonna roll up on that? You gonna roll up on that man, but you ain't gonna roll up on that fucking judge that just handed down 50 years. You know what I'm saying? You gonna roll up on this brother here, but you ain't gonna roll over on the president of the governor of the state that doesn't fucking send his shit.
They both could get rolled on, bro.
No, come on, man. You come on. Let's stop it.
Listen, I will, bro.
Come on.
I don't.
I just feel all that energy.
I'm in Georgia, bro.
I'm feeling this energy.
I didn't vote for that nigga. I tried to get that nigga out of there, bro.
Listen.
I didn't vote for the governor. I voted for Stacey Abrams.
We're having a philosophical debate.
Understood, bro. But
over what's going on.
You don't understand.
You think that
Jay, what happened? Maybe I'm wrong. Listen, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe me bringing up the system
for some reason
and trying to fight the system and the people who's in president. Maybe that's my mistake.
But Jay,
maybe I need to fight the coon.
But Jay, the reason why I said both can be done, niggas got rid of Trump. Did they not? If both of them can be done. At the end of the day, you feel me? I'm not saying like both of them can be done.
Man, please. Once you pull up politics, bro, we didn't do shit. We didn't fucking get rid of Trump. That system saw a way to transfer power from fucking one white supremacist to another white supremacist. And guess what? Biden's in there. We still got motherfuckers that still getting shot. We still got motherfuckers that's not going to jail. These cops still not going to jail. We still got a lot of injustices. That shit ain't gonna change. So that's why I say don't even bring politics into it when it comes to that. All that Democrat Republican shit, that shit ain't shit. That's a dead argument right there.
But at the end of the day, what you're saying is that you cannot ignore certain people that's becoming detrimental to your to your people. It's basically, I get what you're saying, but you also, it's almost like you're saying, okay, Lil Wayne is a victim. We got to understand it. And people like him, right, ignore them.
I called him, this is what I did. I called him a coon. I said he's a victim. And I went ahead and specified that I can't be more madder at Lil Wayne than I am a fucking Joe Biden, Trump, of the governor of the fucking state, the fucking judges, the attorney generals, and the cops, and everybody else that's part of this fucking system that's enforcing an unfair, unjust system that wasn't designed for us. That's what I said.
Speed Jaydub.
What up, brother?
Right. So to change the system, right? We're gonna need numbers. We're gonna need people, right? But when you got your own people going against you, how does that help your cause?
Let me tell you this, right? The biggest lie that was told, Noah, was that, listen, here's the thing about it, brother. Every day, every single day, we're fighting each other, right? We're fighting each other. We don't fight the fucking oppressors. We don't fight the people who's giving us injustice. We don't fight the motherfuckers that's standing on our neck. We're spending more energy and time fighting each other. We know there's coons out there. There's coons in every fucking sector. There's coon in every fucking race, right? But if you start focusing specifically on the coons instead of motherfucker that's perpetuating this system and enforcing this system and forcing you into this system and that's oppressing you and still killing you, what's the purpose? All you doing is helping them. All you doing is helping them, right? Why can't
you can't address both, bro?
You can, but y'all trying to come with the whole boat thing. But it seems like y'all only one-sided in this whole debate ever since we were talking. Y'all never really addressed the point that I brought up about the system. Y'all keep passing. Y'all keep saying, yeah, we know the system is rigged against us, but let's focus on this motherfucker over here because he's real cool and he should have did this and did that. That's
But you the one brought it up. Hey, we got to give a pass to the.
I didn't say give a pass. I never once said. I called that motherfucker coon, and I explained to you why I call him a coon.
You see what I'm saying? That we should just overlook the coonery.
No.
But the influence that he has.
The only people that listen to Lil Wayne music are fucking white kids, right? Let's face it. That's the bulk of his base. That's why he was speaking to them. He got fucking the skateboarder crowd and all that shit. Most other people don't fuck with Lil Wayne like that anymore anyway, right? Let's face it. Let's just face the facts, right? So he's talking to his constituents. He was talking to fucking Trump. He was talking to his people that's trying to fucking get it, that he saw fit to get him out of a fucking fucked up situation that he was in. Now, he's a coon. I called him a coon. What else can I do? I ain't finna shoot the brother. I ain't finna throw eggs at his car. I ain't finna put sugar in his tank. You see what I'm saying? I ain't finna do nothing like that. But at the same time, if I'm not finna, listen, if I'm not finna egg this man car, put sugar in his tank or shoot at him, if I plan on doing that, more than I do doing that shit to Trump or doing that shit to all these other jokes. I'm just saying, what else can I do?
You're talking about Jay. You're talking about physical violence.
You will never. Hold on. Let me answer this. Let me say this. You'll never convince me. No, man. No. You'll never in your life be able to convince me.
Now I gotta question your integrity, nigga.
Listen,
you
will never in your life get me to be more upset, no matter what my brother did, to be more upset at my brother than the fucking system that put him in that position to do whatever it is he did. You will never be able to convince me of that.
Now I gotta question your integrity. And me and you done been on many panels and stood up to many people.
Yes, sir.
Have come out and said horrible things about black women. Talking about black men said horrible things.
Yes, sir. I'm married to a black woman, strong black woman.
Are you gonna turn the blind eye?
Strong black kids, sir.
You gonna turn the blind eye and fight the system? Mm-hmm. Are you gonna address that brother for the things he said?
Wait. Repeat what you said. Like, what are we talking about now?
Are you gonna turn a blind eye? The man talking horrible about black women. Are you and go against the system? Or are you gonna take a few moments to address that brother for what he said?
No, I'm a call him a coon and I'm gonna move on. If he's talking bad about black women, then that's a personal problem. That's a shortcoming on his end, right? Obviously, there's something lacking on his end where he can't either get a good black woman, or a black woman is not interested in him, or she sees his shortcomings. That's a him problem, right? That's a him problem. I would never say that, and I would never do that. But at the same time, I'll call him a coon and I'll keep it moving. And I'm gonna go back to fighting this injustice system.
But Jay, let me say this, and the reason why I kept bringing up Lil Wayne, right? Because I know you said his fan base is which I disagree, because we know what Lil Wayne fan was when Lil Wayne is Lil Wayne, right?
Was Lil Wayne talking? When we used to listen to Lil Wayne, was he talking that coon shit? Was he doing coonish shit? No, he was not. He was with the fucking Hot Boys. He was rolling with Stunner and all of them. He wouldn't own that. He wouldn't own that bullshit. But guess what? Lil Wayne flipped. He went pop. He started getting all the white crowd, and his audience changed, and he's focusing towards them. Again, he's a coon. Call him a super coon. But what else can I do? I'm not finna focus on fighting him. Then I can this fucking system.
Okay. Let me see. Let me explain. Right. I'm not talking about going after Wayne, because like I said, he's already done and deal with, right? I'm saying, like, people like that, right? The potential of another one from being like him. It's the problem, is what I'm saying. If we see it, we gotta address that shit and fix it right before it gets to that point. You get what I'm saying? Because their crowd is gonna be young black boys and young black girls, and they're gonna do all this shit, like, let's be honest, promote all of this shit. Then next thing you know, boom. Whereas here, you're talking about, we got to fight this injustice. And what does he do from a sideline, right? As a black person. I don't really. That's the type of shit I'm talking about.
Man, let me tell you this. I want you and Noah to know this, right? I never, y'all know I'm 1,000% pro-black, but I never force or expect another man to do what I do or how I think, right? I can't expect everybody to fucking kick in the door kick in the fucking door with the AK and fucking go ride on motherfuckers that done did you bad. I can't expect that from everybody. I can't expect, somebody not to coon when they or to
don't say nothing incriminating.
No. I'm just saying I'm not saying that, I'm just speaking generalities. We're talking in general. I can't expect somebody to handle some stuff Jaydub way, right? I can't say, look what happened. Tekashi 6ix9ine snitching and shit, right? That's against street code. But guess what? Motherfuckers still fuck with him. I don't understand that, right? These cops come in our neighborhood, fucking put they foot on our neck and shoot up the place and beat us up and mistreat us and shit. And we got all these gangs. We got a whole neighborhood full of hard ass niggas. Supposedly they popping and shooting everybody, in the hood. But when these motherfucking cops come out and start mistreating everybody, they know where to be found. They're not protecting the hood. That's some coonish shit to me, right? So if we're going to start calling some motherfucking coons, let's put some context to it. Let's see who's the fucking coon and who's the super coon. There's levels to this shit. That discussion. Lil Wayne getting a pardon from the fucking president of the United States is he had to, you know what I'm saying? To me personally, to be pardoned by the president of the United States, that's some big shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, Hey, that nigga cool, but goddamn, man, I can't be mad at him at that. This motherfucker, he could have been.
I agree.
He could have been hard. He could be hard. We could be saying, yeah, that nigga Wayne, he taking his time like a man. Like fuck that. That nigga free. He chilling. You know what I'm saying? But what I'm saying is, I can't. There's not a bone in my body.
Still don't get a pass, bro.
That's going to allow. Listen, I never gave him a pass. I called him. Noah, what more can I?
Not we all supposed to be on the same page, fight for the same.
Listen, but Noah, that's the mistake you make. That's the mistake you make in saying that this person has to do this the exact same way that you said, or else he's out of there. He's X'd out. Because at the same time, you still support Jay-Z. What did Jay-Z do? He cut a deal with the NFL after the NFL then already, he cut, cutting all these fucking deals with the NFL after the NFL then already put their fucking knee and their neck on Colin Kaepernick and ended his fucking career for doing what? For standing up for your ass, for all our ass. You see what I'm saying? Like, we can't. No, I'm just saying. You still support Jay-Z and shit after he done did that shit. I'm just saying you can't be more madder than your brother. It don't matter how much he coon. You can't be more mad at him than you are as a system that forced him into that coonery. You know what I'm saying? There's a coonery. There's levels to this shit. Now you got every day you got motherfuckers that's coon. That's just what they go. Coon gon' cool. That's one thing. But I'm just saying, as far as the whole stuff, you got to step back and look at the big picture. Right. We're living in a system that's designed, it's working the way it was designed to do. And we have to acknowledge that, and we have to fight against that. Fighting against our own brothers and this shit, that's petty shit.
It's not about fighting your own brothers though, bro.
What about Michael Jordan? We still buy Michael Jordan shoes. We still buy Michael Jordan shoes. And Michael Jordan,
I think me and you coming from two different perspectives, bro. It's not about fighting your brothers, bro. It's about correcting them, especially if you in my circle. You doing some cool shit. If I step out of line and do some cool shit, address me. Y'all niggas have, bro. When I was the grocery store shit, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Y'all niggas address me. I was out of line for that shit.
Yeah, for sure.
Bitch said nigga.
What?
But I look at it like, bro, we gotta correct each other. Now if we want the same thing, bro,
we do though, Noah. Like
we gotta be on the same page.
When I'm wrong, you correct me. When you wrong, I correct you. We all do that, right? We all brothers. We all hang out. We talk to each other from day to day. You know what I'm saying? We generally all on the fucking same page. But there's a strategy, right? Because you got to think about it. You had Dr. King using his strategy. You had Malcolm X using his strategy. And you had Dr. Drew Ali and everybody else using their own different strategies and tactics and philosophies to tackle this system of white supremacy. And here we are in 2021. That shit is live and well and kicking and stronger than ever. And I'm just like, when are we fucking going to attack the system? When are we going to approach and talk about dismantling this system versus just attacking each other?
All right. Well, here's my question. And Jaydub, listen, I've been sitting back here and I've been enjoying the dialogue, right? And both of you guys brought up two very valid points, right? Yeah. But I might kind of. It's not about attacking. It's like. At the point, so we are all victims, right? Right?
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
I'll give you an example. Lose my dog shit platform is, right? Mm-hmm. You remember what's my man named Solid Red went out there? These black dudes, right?
I remember that.
And because again, I'm one thing. I'm always going to speak, my piece, or if
truth
you
to power, yeah,
if how you say it if like you say turning a blind eye, or sometimes this conversation makes people uncomfortable, and I get it, right? Yeah. Or you fall on the boat when you think, hey, things aren't that bad. And I hate when you say, hey, you had a black president. That means nothing, because we celebrating, and we shouldn't even be celebrating George Floyd, the guy being found guilty. That should be the norm, right?
Yep.
We got a 15-year-old girl shot 4 times in the chest in Ohio.
Yep.
And the white cop saying Blue Lives Matter all on Instagram right now. Literally, this man has been found guilty maybe 3 hours ago.
Yep.
And a black 15-year-old girl shot 4 times in the chest.
Yes.
You have a taser. It's a girl. You're a man. Whatever's going on, I don't know. I didn't. You know what I mean? So you gotta knock it down, or whatever the case may be. But you understand it. So we do have a long way to go. You understand that? You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
And it's sad that we have to. I have to say that's one down. We still got this. Been within the last month and a half, or it's been 4 unarmed.
Ton or more. Yep.
Yeah, 4 unarmed people killed.
Yep.
Black people of color. Kill, not because resisting arrest and whatever the case say, fine. Doesn't give you the right to kill me.
Yes.
When you see other races, cars running them over, this, that, and the other, and they take every step to avoid doing that. Or again, I'm sorry, I get sometimes mad with my religious people, and not get mad when we have today we had 2 hour conversation behind the scenes, and me just asking one question. And, just answer, stay right here without bringing all the other stuff and not your personal bias, but that's neither here nor there. When Dylan Ruth went into, you see, the Lord's house,
black
church,
yeah,
and killed 9 black parishioners, and this was the things that bothered me.
Prayed with them and killed them.
Yeah,
and they bought them Waffle House.
They took him to
Burger King.
Yeah, but after that, the man went to jail unharmed. Went to jail unharmed, right?
Yep.
And people were outraged that he got his ass whooped in jail. Remember that? It was even outraged that he got his ass whooped in jail, right? By another prisoner, right?
Yep.
Took him there, right? But what did we do as a people? So I'm talking about this. We went in there and prayed for the people.
You see what I'm saying?
That died praying to Jesus.
Absolutely.
Why did we do that? Why do we?
Brother, that's a $1,000 question here. But walk with me here. I'm in there praying to Jesus, got gunned down, and what do we do? Clean the blood and pray to Jesus for the people that got killed praying to Jesus.
Yep.
So, again, as far as overall the system, I sometimes, I'm not, you're wrong, because Jaydub, can we really be mad at a system that wasn't made to build or protect us? We were 3/5 of a man. We can't get mad at the Constitution. Really? I mean, don't get me wrong. Walk with me here. At a system or law stuff that wasn't including the 4th of July. Fuckers you out there celebrating for. We wasn't free.
Absolutely.
You understand? I understand it's what we do, the tradition, the cookouts, just that and the other, and you want to fine, but we wasn't free. We went out there and fought in all the wars. They treated us bad. That's why, again, it's silly, but a lot of people who come to World War II stayed overseas, and whether in Germany or Italy, because they were treated better there than they were here. Here I am fighting to free other people as far as the Jews or whatever the case may be. And I come back to my country, I can't even use the same restroom as you.
Yep. But
this country, and unless you don't understand this, or if this makes you uncomfortable, then maybe you and yourself may be a part of this problem. Exactly. Because if you can't, real talk, you can't say you fuck with me. Next gen, and listen, I'm gonna be honest with you, right? Sometimes I get on this little dog shit platform, I get the wrong things popular. I get everybody saying fuck nigga, coon this, coon that, right? Everybody, mama saying it, right? I say please put a cap in it and put a K on it, right? But you can't say that, I mean, again, first of all, I fuck with those that fuck with me, whether you're white, black, and all that shit. My granddaddy white, that don't mean a motherfucking thing, though, right? But what I'm saying is just that, let me say it right this way. At the end of the day, having this very said conversation, if you're mad I'll give you an example. We were talking about, I don't know, you weren't there, Jaydub. We were talking about the whole Black Lives Matter thing. And and it was, I don't know, it may have been Legendary or someone.
It was Legendary. It was
whoever, like, I don't hate that, somebody in my chat said, that Black Lives problem is a problem. Listen, listen, let me be clear this. He said what he said. He said, I felt the money. Listen, I'm like, don't get caught up in the organization. I don't give a fuck if it's the Red Cross or it's the Catholic Church. We're just saying in the message alone. I don't give a fuck who's running it. It can be the all-seeing eye, Jehovah himself behind the curtains. Yep. What I'm saying is not saying that your life doesn't matter.
Message is more important than what's going on with the organization.
Yes. No, fuck the organization. I don't care about who runs it. I don't know about where they do. They did. I guess during the South, during the voting stuff, they did get bust from people again. But there's no such thing as I'm gonna be clear. There is no such thing as a non-profit organization because they get paid to run it. That's just a tax write-off. I know because I used to work in the Humane Society for years. I got paid working there. About 80 grand a year. But I said that to say this, though. There's no such thing as a non-profit organization. I don't give a fuck if you see on TV, middle of the night, the commercials come on for you, the kids for 7 cents a week. And you got, you know how that go, right? But That's another hustle in itself. Thing like when they show you in the humane side, those all those little sick little puppies and kittens you see with this and that, but they putting those motherfuckers to sleep. They show it to you in the commercial. They put them to sleep, right? They gonna take your money. They might say 1 or 2, but the majority of them shits is going to sleep. You know what I mean? But again, I said to say this, but to have this, again, this conversation, or even like I said, with the whole thing with the 4 years and with Trump, and forget the fact that the man not educated, or people, I guess not just because he had Ricky Brown, he was a Trump guy or whatever. I don't know if he still is, whatever. Yeah. But what I'm saying is just that and a lot of it's out of fear. Because you had Obama for 2 terms, we can get anybody in there, right? They didn't like Hillary, fine. We're going to see what this man can do. He's not a politician. Maybe we're going to finally get some things and some changes done, right? Yeah. All right. Listen, okay, cool. You know what I mean? See what he's about. But me, again, I live in New Jersey, and there's knowing his family's history, and them not, letting, wanting to rent, to people of color. And he's been sued several times, and the father, things with the KKK. It is what it is. Sometimes if things quack like a duck, is a fucking duck. Right, they were good people on many sides. The thing that happened in Charleston, South Carolina, and then a lot of times again we find out because maybe it wasn't offensive to you. So what he did, like I said, you may turn a blind eye too because it didn't affect you.
Now I'm getting
or saying that they said there's people from these shithole countries, whether it's Africa or just any other, but he wanted to take more people from Sweden or whatever the fuck the case may be, right? Yeah. But sometimes, like I said, we have to have an uncomfortable conversation. You know what I mean? Like you're right, the Capitol. That was what. It's like we live in some strange times. That was.
You see what I'm saying? A couple of months ago.
2 months ago, 3 months ago, motherfuckers ran and said, listen, and they felt like they did nothing wrong.
Yep.
They were shocked that and I'm thinking to myself at the hat, I remember some out there, your motherfuckers going to jail. They all on camera, and we want to be a part of the change, and like, motherfucker, you're winning. Like, what change? What? Your man didn't win. There was no conspiracy. They, the popular vote, how many people voted for him? And first you don't want to stop the count, then keep the count, and they got him on tape trying to like, bro, what the fuck are we doing? Like, you listen, let's be clear this, right? I mean, this is not the first time it's been done. It happened down there, what's that, Montana? White nationalist guys went up with their guns and had to kill, Nothing happened. But you like, when at the ruling outside of Georgia, Florida, you had motherfuckers out there with tanks ready for some shit to jump on, right? Yep. And let's be clear this, they knew these people was coming there for days. No one was there. You got the motherfuckers out there, they're trial by combat, right? And all this, listen, this is not my opinion. I'm telling you things that happen. We all, whether you're a Democrat or Republican, you're supposed to be a country, I'm a president of law and order. You remember all that shit there, right? Law and order. You know what? All that shit goes out the window when it doesn't apply to you. Now you want to tear this motherfucker down because you didn't win. We got to stop the bullshit and call a spade for what it is. And even like I said, listen, I'm at the point now, like I said, bro, and I'm just going to get accountable. But like, look, I didn't even listen. But last week, Latino boy got killed in Chicago. They showed the district attorney said he had a gun in his hand, and you clearly see the footage, the frame when the man had his hands up and he got shot in his chest, right, by the cops, right? Yeah. I'm like, it's like, goddamn, at this time, like, horror porn. Like, I don't even, bro, it bothers me. Like, I ain't gonna lie, bro. Like, I when the last one, I can't breathe, officer. I can't breathe. That's the last one. Yeah, bro, I can't watch that shit. And especially when man George Floyd, and he was like, mama. He peed on himself and died. And me seen a few people lose their life. They're not in front of me. Like, that's the last thing. You take 3 hard breaths. Yep. And you either piss or you're shitting yourself. Sometimes both. Yeah. Like, you know what I mean? I seen this one people. I'm saying, like, I can't. He said, "Mama," before he was looking over to the right, saw and motherfucker died. Like, that's 9 minutes. How could as a human being, humanity,
absolutely,
whether you're black, white, or whatever, I see some people have more compassion for an animal, and I love animals. I walk this old ass dog back at 7. That's like a child of mine. Right? I stop. I'm gonna walk this old ass dog, motherfucker, 17. She's a little dog. She get the circle. I gotta take I'll be right back. That's why I came back walking my dog just now. I'm an animal goddamn lover. But see, motherfuckers be more outraged about things that happen to an animal than a human being. You know what I mean? And listen, and for the record, yes, cops kill. Not all cops are bad. Yeah. But cops kill white people also too, right? Yeah. I'm not saying it doesn't happen. I'm not just to be clear that, right? But again, it's even with body cameras and and so you said Jimmy Rice, like sometimes it's a roll of a dice. Yep. If a motherfucker's gonna be found guilty or not. Motherfucker choked the man to death in New York, and he said, "I can't breathe, officer. Yeah. I can't breathe. Die. Bam." Then my man Stolten out there selling CDs and fucking Lucy cigarettes, right? Shot him in his chest, no weapon. They get you for free. This happens all on film. Like, so, like, man, like, he said, civil unrest, like, this shit is bananas. Like, and the last one I'm going to say, and you guys can make the conversations, that, Jaydub, I don't think things, like, I say things that change. You do have a new, how you say, a up-and-coming generation. After us, one of them, right? It's not, and that racism stuff is taught. Yeah. It's a learned behavior, but it won't be to them old motherfuckers get about the office, you know what I mean? You get more young. It's not about a Democrat thing or a Republican thing or anything. When you get more young, progressive people in there with a new age of thought, way of thinking, you know what I mean? And not that old school thing, like tough on crime, drugs against war. That shit don't work. Get this shit out of here, you know what I mean? So now check it out, right? So now you have the old people. Now it's no longer the war on crime and the problem with drugs, and now it's a sickness. Because it's affecting their communities more now. You understand what I'm saying? Yep. But again, the things, those laws are not going to change or change till all the motherfuckers die out and they get about off and they got to go. Like, you know what I mean? And again, like, everybody, what's my man, Mitch McConnell, the leader of the Republican Senate, right? Yeah. You don't want to vote against you, to get your money, right? Stuff like that. When you affect motherfuckers' bottom line and their dollar, whether they're white, black, Democrat, that's he was one of them voting, even with like the stimulus shit, right? Let's be clear, that's not their money, or Donald Trump. That's our money. We pay taxes. They give back. It's our money, right? They didn't cut you, but not one Republican voted for it. Be clear this, right? Be clear this. You know what I mean? Like, I was looking at sad, like laughing, motherfuckers. Because education is key. But you have motherfuckers in parts of West Virginia, very poor Virginia. We don't want no Obamacare, this, that, and the other. It's not Obamacare. It's called the Affordable Care Act. And a lot of you motherfuckers have pre-existing conditions, whether it's diabetes or the black lung for working in them old ass coal mines, right? Now you try to take that, but now you're out there crying, like, right? No, but no, you didn't want to. But see, you being a racist, your racism tricked you out of something. I mean, we don't want no Obamacare. There you absolutely, right?
That's your own interest.
Absolutely, but they do it time and over again. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Look at the voter laws they just passed in Georgia because they got the answers about it. It's illegal to depend out water and all this other weird, crazy shit, man. They locked the black senator lady up, going inside the building. Like, come on, what the fuck are we doing here? Show what they were doing. Like, but again, it's not no conspiracy. A lot of they do pass a lot of these strange laws and stuff at night when no one is watching. I mean, or we just don't care. We had to start going out, not just voting for the governor and the president. You have to start at the local office. All that shit changes. Absolutely. The judges, you got to start getting them out and getting them motherfuckers out of here. And to answer your question, Jaydub, the things that change, all of us, we have to be more socially aware. And those that can sit, if you know, like, you know what I mean? Like you said, you can't blame it on, he said, me, no more. They didn't have their time, but up and able people, you know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Don't just, you may, no, it's bigger than that. You got a whole line. You have to start in the Senate.
Your lawyers, your judges.
You got to get them up out of here. You know what I mean? If it feels good, it's not, affecting you. And just say, you have to, like, again, or you're tired of the bullshit. You know what I mean? Like, at one time, like, come on. I don't give a fuck. Well, you could be the most, how you say, because, like, I understand what Noah was saying. Like, you got, something like, well, you got to see the footage. Like, that to me, that's, I can't, like, bro, what the fuck are we doing? I'm looking at the motherfucker like, yeah, like, yo, bro, like, you don't see this shit? Like, motherfucker, it can be your black ass, too. Like, you know what I mean? Yeah. Especially when and again, I hate to make it about a black or white thing because, things happen to everybody. But when I see, like I said, with the cop, with the white cop that just killed the woman, killed the black boy, I thought I grabbed my taser. I know that I'm not even a cop. I've been a curriculum on my gun. I know that they keep you on your dominant hand on your side. You're not going to grab for your gun with your left hand, or if you're right-handed. Yeah. If you're left-handed, your gun goes on your left-hand side. If you're right-handed, your gun goes on your right-hand side. You're not going to, thought you were going to, like, it doesn't work like that. And I knew you felt the taser before in a gun. That's so, it doesn't even feel the same, at the end of the day, man. But, yeah, but that's the change, like, for us, the system. Like, sometimes I think, how could we really be mad about something that wasn't designed to for us. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but like I was saying, right? We all, I think, agree mostly for the most part. I think I made a compelling case about how it's a system that is working the way it was designed, right? It was designed to not include us of taking any benefit or partaking in any of the goodness of it, but it was also been changed to make sure that now, for one, that we get the brunt of all the shit, right? Like cops can shoot us with impunity. They don't have to worry about going to jail. Even if they go to jail, they're going to get a year or two, and they still get to keep their pension and all kind of shit, right? They got all the lawyers that's going to do support. They got the unions. You got the judges that's going to oversee it and make sure. Like, again, like I said earlier, we black people, and we're the only ones that have to hope and pray that when some shit is caught on camera in live broad daylight in front of hundreds of people, that a motherfucker is going to be held accountable for it. No other race has to go through this fucking shit. The system is just doing what it's designed to do. And the mere fact that fucking Asian people now are a protected class, where black people have been for 400 years, been beat down, abused, and enslaved and everything else, and we're not a protected class. That's fucked up.
Slap in the face. That's a fucking slap in the face.
Up. That's fucked up. So that's why I say we need to fucking tear this fucking system down and make sure that we have some fucking protection and make sure it's working for us like it's working for everybody else. And I can't, again, yeah, there's always a coon. Like Dr. Umar said, there's always a coon. But I'm not gonna focus solely on this fucking coon Lil Wayne or whoever that's doing all the bullshit, right? Instead of focusing on the bigger problem, and that's the system that was put in place, and all these lawyers and all, like, we got to focus on the shit that really matters, not just pointing fingers and fucking counseling this dude here over the internet. Like, you're not stopping the man money, you're not really doing anything. But I'm talking about,
so says cancel culture for a coon.
I'm just saying. But besides calling Wayne a coon, there's nothing else I can do. I don't fucking support him as far as buying his business shit, so I don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? Call him a coon and move on. But I'm gonna still fight against these injustices. I'm still gonna worry about focusing, tearing out, voting in the right proper judges and lawyers and DAs and fucking make sure the president is fucking held accountable for shit that he promised that he was going to do for this and that. And Z, you made a great point, right? Obama had 2 years in office and shit is still fucked up. Matter of fact, more people got fucking killed during his tenure than not. So that just shows you, right? The mere fact that a cop can kill us, or anybody for that part can kill us, and the onus is on the dead person, the dead black person, to defend himself. Yeah. That is the fucked up thing. The mere fact that all of us black people as a collective had the whole lot of breath in hopes that a fucking cop that was caught in broad daylight, kneeling on the motherfucking man next for fucking 9 to 20 minutes or however long it was, right? Until he couldn't fucking breathe no more. Caught on camera with people yelling, get off him, while cops are standing there and allowing it to happen. The mere fact that we're in that position is enough where I don't give a fuck about what this guy, this fucking cool Lil Wayne talking about. That shit ain't shit. Like, this is a bigger problem. A system that allowed that to happen, and we not knowing that this motherfucker not gonna go to prison. You see what I'm saying? That's something deeper. That's something way deeper and troubling than a fucking a couple of coons out here cooning for the gram or for the camera and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? That's all I was saying. I'm not saying, we shouldn't hold people accountable. Of course you hold them accountable. But the way I can hold them accountable is not supporting them, not buying this shit, right? Mm-hmm. That's me. I'm already not, I'm already doing my part. I don't fucking support him. I don't buy his shit. I don't listen to his shit. I stopped listening to his shit way long time ago when he was part of our demographic. Mm-hmm. But yeah, again, I think you can't focus on the little shit and give the big shit a pass. You know what I'm saying? We got to focus on the big shit. The big shit is the picture at hand is we're all living in a system of white supremacy that's designed to do everything that it's doing right now. All the injustices, the mere fact, like you said, fucking Georgia can fucking pass a law that can take away our civil rights. After these motherfuckers in the 60s had dogs sicked on them, water hoses, got hit in the head with billy clubs, they were jailed, doing sit-ins and everything else. I mean, we know the history. We can go back for it even before that. all the shit. But it's 2021, and when people say that we make progress, I see us regressing. I really do, because in the amount of time that it took us to start voting, and here it is now, we're still getting killed with impunity. We're still going through stuff that the mere fact that, like, again, I said it again, motherfuckers stormed the Capitol. They were able to storm the Capitol, go inside and chill, and only one person shot. Tamir Rice was in a fucking park by himself playing with a fucking toy gun, and he got shot by him, by himself, not fucking with nobody. That system allowed that shit to happen. Yeah. That system embraced the police and their tactics and allowed saying that you can kill any black person you want, and you got a system and a union and the monies and the lawyers and the judges that gonna back that shit up. That's the system. That's the systematic shit I'm talking about. You got to fight the big shit, not focus on the fucking the fucking coon rappers and shit like that. They're a victim. They're a victim of fucking the same fucking white supremacy, right? They're the fucking victim. They come up from the same fucking gutter. You know what I'm saying? That's just always been the case. It go all the way back to slavery when you had the house Negroes and the field Negroes, right? You always going to have that. But I'm just saying you can't focus more on that. Focus more on the victim than you can the fucking system. We got to dismantle this system. We got to. And you talked about ways on how we can do that. We can start going out there in droves, getting these fucking lawyers out there, getting the DAs out of there, getting some of these senators and congressmen, and put up an agenda. Put our money, right? Put our money behind the people that's going to make that change.
But
that too.
But that's why you got to identify the coons too, nigga. You gonna back the wrong person up if you don't know who's who.
Well, it's just like investing. You wouldn't invest in fucking Blockbuster, would you?
Yeah, but sometimes
you see what I'm saying? Like you don't invest in the
way politics work, bro. Sometimes you don't know who's who until they in office.
Hey, all
yeah, but we'll listen.
Motherfuckers come to the hood and get the black vote and say they're gonna do this and do that. At time we got to hold ourselves accountable, right? They come. We don't see these motherfuckers know yet, but at time election time. They come smiling, bringing free food, and this, that, and the other, right? Yeah. They pay you about $50 or whatever for the kids go out there and work the polls, or they do it. You
never see them again. You never see them again.
And again.
Well, I mean, what's the black people's agenda?
That's why I feel like, and I agree with you, bro. We got to fight the system too, but once you reach that level of coonery, you become the system. You become part of the problem.
But Noah, we need to stop. See, here's the thing about it. Black people, we're the only race that depend on our athletes and entertainers for fucking political posture or for political reasoning. Lil Wayne is not no fucking politician. But guess what?
You gotta understand.
No. Hold on.
We don't have much representation.
Hold on. Listen.
In anything else.
But yeah, we do. Let me tell you. But back to what I said, right? Lil Wayne is not a politician. But guess what? All these news cameras, CNN, Fox News, all of them, they quick to put a fucking microphone in his face and ask him questions. They're not asking fucking the fucking real people, the real politicians, the people or the scholars, the people that they should ask. They're not asking fucking Dr. Umar. They're not asking fucking you know what I'm saying? They're not asking the people that they need to ask. They're not putting the microphone in their face because they don't want them to tell you the truth. They're gonna put up.
Listen, bro. That's where it goes full circle. As the people that have the platform aren't speaking out. And man, you could tweet, we could talk about it. We're on the show, we could debate about it. But the people that are hurt the most, the people that are causing us to regress.
Let me tell you this, Noah. For 400 years, motherfuckers been ignoring our cries. A motherfucker with 1 million followers on Twitter ain't gonna fucking change nothing. That's why I keep going back to that system, right? Because here we are 400 years later and motherfuckers are still denying the existence of racism and the byproduct of slavery and the byproduct of everything that we're going through. They're still denying it. Right? And so a motherfucker is not going to see what they don't want to see, no matter you can tell them you blue in the face. Having Lil Wayne go out there on fucking TV or a Vlad interview,
it's not
saying
about
it's
Wayne,
not,
bro, but you got to look at it like this. You have somebody with a mic in their hand that has the opportunity to speak about, to represent you, right?
He's not representing you.
But listen.
He's representing him. This is the problem.
That's why I said opportunity.
Listen. Do you ever see Asians taking their rappers and their actors and their athletes and having them to speak for the whole race? No. Do you ever see Mexicans taking the fucking rappers and athletes and actors to speak for them? No. Do you ever white people? No. No other race. Black people are the only race where, for some reason, we think, right, and they also, and it's the onus on the system that says, well, if I put the microphone in front of LeBron's face or Lil Wayne's face or whoever's face, they speak for all the black people, because they don't. In the mere fact that, right, that they didn't even choose the best versed and equipped person that knows about, you know, all the shit that goes on, that knows the stats and shit. Of course, they chose Lil Wayne, right? Lil Wayne fucking half high, don't even know his fucking name, and they do an interview and ask him about some shit. They did that on purpose. They do that on purpose.
Right. I don't disagree with you.
I do not want to be represented by actors, athletes,
listen to what you said.
We have shit, because
we have black scholars that could.
Yes,
have black scholars that could better represent us, right? And speak up for us. But who do they run to?
A lot do, but they don't put the microphone in their face.
I don't think it's a matter of who we look to speak up for us. It's who's put in position to speak up for us. I don't think we chose a LeBron or a Colin Kaepernick or a Lil Wayne.
Absolutely.
We didn't choose them, but these are the people that have the opportunity.
Yes,
and I apply.
But when they do speak, right? When they do speak, listen. All right, so you got Colin Kaepernick, you got LeBron, you got several others, right? They represent it. They say what you wanted to hear. They represent it in the manner that you felt comfortable. But then you put Lil Wayne, right? Go back to, you put him in that, and he didn't say what you want, and then that kind of affected you in a certain kind of way. I never expected Lil Wayne to fucking represent black people or to speak to the cause, even though he's from fucking Louisiana. I never expected that. For the same reason, I don't
listen. You don't expect it, right? But this is what get put in the headlines. But you know what I'm saying, like,
but no, that's the problem.
This is what's put in the headlines. This is what moves the waves, bro. When LeBron wears a hoodie and doesn't say anything for Trayvon Martin, hit headlines. Made people stand up and pay attention. And you have to appreciate that. We gotta applaud that.
Absolutely.
At the same time, you gotta call out the bullshit.
But we also gotta take the tools that come with it, right? The Lil Waynes, because
I'm not saying that's where all of our energy should be focused, but you gotta call that shit out, bro. That's
Noah.
That's counterintuitive to what we're trying to achieve.
I get it, but it's going back to my point.
So what's the goal?
I can't expect. You should not expect every fucking rapper, athlete, and actor to say what you want them to say or represent you. They are paid and employed by the white establishment. So it's shocking, right? When you get an athlete, actor, or rapper that says something that speaks to you, to your community in a light, right?
If you're not gonna speak up and say something that's progressive, then don't say anything at all.
But Noah, can we be real quick, right? What does Lil Wayne rap about, right? Does anything about what he rap about, does that really represent the black community in a whole, as far as the good for what we, you know what I'm saying? That's just like me trying to hold Cardi B, and like Cardi B represent, you know what I'm saying, the goodness of women. It's like, man, this motherfucker just made a song called WAP, you know what I'm saying? Like, why am I putting her in a fucking higher position than putting somebody who's fucking actually qualified? Like, that's a L on me for trying to even think about holding her. But
again, that goes back to what I'm saying, bro. We don't choose the people, bro. We're not putting the microphone to these people.
No,
the white media went search for Lil Wayne.
Thank you, Noah. Thank you. You just proved it. The white media, the power establishment, the system, the people who embrace the system and benefit off the system. Again, we're all victims, my brother. We're all victims. This is just a system at play. Again, I'm not saying to dismiss it. All I'm saying is you cannot expect everyone to say what you want them to say, because again, there are crews out there. There are people. Listen, for the same reason, like he said, I think he said, what's his name?
Somebody
voted for Trump or something like that. You know what I'm saying?
Remember when Levon was cooning?
Oh man, Levon, oh man,
yeah.
Levon had a channel with 1,500 followers.
Oh man,
and the most coolest things in the world.
Hey, but if you want a lot of followers, all you gotta do is
up, bro.
speak some Kooning shit. The mother. Hey, who that?
But look though,
I mean, I stopped.
but Jaydub, to my point, right? Levon used to coon hard on this channel, bro. But we pulled him to the side and talked to him. We had several debates, and you know he changed. You know what I'm saying? Like it wasn't attacking him. It wasn't being mad.
Yeah.
We were upset at the things he was saying. I don't think he understood how negatively he was impacting what we were trying to accomplish and how he made us feel as you know what I'm saying as a people. Like, but you one of us. What are you doing?
Well,
you know
see, but no, that was the problem. I never looked at Lil Wayne as being one of us after a certain time, right? Again, it goes back to, again, he's a victim, and
if he's a victim, he's one of us. If he's a victim, he's one of us. The thing of the matter is,
listen.
Yeah, but
listen,
some black people just can't be helped, Noah. Like some people just don't.
I understand that.
Yes,
I understand
absolutely. Now, there's what you call willful ignorance, and that's, for example, he wasn't willing to go on the line like Colin Kaepernick and LeBron, right? They were willing to risk their money and risk it all, right?
I applaud them, brother.
And I applaud them too. But I can't expect everybody to do that. I wish everybody would, right? That's a good thing, but
I don't expect everybody to do that either.
Let me ask you this,
though. People situations, but at the same time, bro, for you to, what he said was counterintuitive, bro. It was he could have said no comment or I keep my thoughts to myself.
I think he should have shut the fuck up, right? Which he probably should have. But at the same time, when he said it didn't shock me. It didn't shock me because the first thing I said is, look, he got a pretty much 99% white audience now. He trying to get that bag from them folks. He don't give a fuck. He's like, you know, I hate to say it, but he don't give a fuck.
I'm gonna use my brother Levon as an example. Now, Levon ain't no millionaire. At least I don't think he is. Levon was getting comments like right on. You know what I'm saying? Brother preaching. We know who was. It wasn't black. Well, it might have been a few other coons commenting too, but you know what I'm saying? We know Levon channel was majority.
Say, we bleed green over there.
White supremacists commenting on his channel, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That the videos were getting a lot more views than the game and shit. Let's just say.
But it wasn't a hate towards Levon. That's what I'm trying to get you to understand. It wasn't a hate. It was a
for sure
a disappointment. More of a disappointment.
Like why, bro? Why are you doing this?
Listen. Trust me. It is a disappointment. I remember. You remember the football player? What's his name? Jim Brown. He used to be a civil rights activist and shit back in the day. And back when some shit went down, just a couple of years ago, he was asked to come speak about some stuff, you know, regarding black relations and reparations and stuff like that. And he turned into a coon. He was against it and all kind of stuff. Like he just totally changed from the person that he used to be. And I realized,
was he pro-black before then?
Yes, he was. He was part of the civil rights movement, like back then. You know what I'm saying? That he was part of that. He was like fucking fight the power type shit. He was an active member in it. And I get it now. He's older and shit like that. He probably don't even remember his name half the time. But it was just still disappointing that like you take a black figure like that was well known in the black community that fought civil rights and shit like that, and now here he is, kind of like, you know what I'm saying, just Kooning, like, and it's like, oh man, like, so I feel what you're saying, like, and I hate to say it, but you can't like. You can't. There's just, I mean, what can you do about it? You can't, you know, call him a coon. There's always going to be a coon. You know what I'm saying?
There's no cancel.
But I can't. I'm not finna spend all my time fighting him, right? Because then I'm sitting here fighting another black man instead of fighting these folks over here that I need to be fighting to make a big systemic change that's gonna keep us alive and well and makes a big change. You see what I'm saying? Like. I hate to say it, even if it don't matter how much money you got, right now, a paycheck from somebody, you part of that system. You just part of that system. You know what I'm saying?
And you like me, bro. Like, bro, we hate when go public talking about like women this and
I hate airing out.
I hate that shit, bro.
I hate airing out dirty laundry because it's some shit as black people we need to keep in house. You know how it is. You know, some motherfucker about it.
And it goes without saying, bro. Like every race has not just black women go through the things. You know what I'm saying? That people complain about, dog. You can find that in all type of races and ethnicities and shit. But,
well, you got to think about it, right? Black women are the most shitted on women, right? Black men are the most shitted on men.
Nice.
And the last thing we need, I
don't like what people accuse black fathers of being deadbeat fathers, man. Every dad I know is a loving father, bro.
Absolutely.
I know several black families.
Well, and
fathers. My dad was a loving father, man. Like
but this is how I say. Think about it, Noah. We all know the history, man. What happened in the 70s, right? In the 80s,
black man can stay there.
Welfare.
When they forced black men out of their home and everything else. I mean, we know the history of that shit, right? So it's part of the system. It was designed that way. Back in the 60s and prior, the black households were all together. There was a mother and father in fucking almost every home. Then after that, it's
I want to say this too, bro. Just because the father and mother don't live in the same home, don't mean that.
Absolutely,
it's not a caring father, bro. Like,
absolutely, you can co-parent and be just as well as if you live in the house. Absolutely,
it's that it's that picture painted. Especially with us, it's a picture painted, bro. Like
it is, but no, like again, all the world's problems get painted on us. We're the poster child of everything negative, right? And they did that by design. Even back, when they say we the cursed people of Ham. You know what I'm saying? They put a black face on it.
No, you ain't talking about
that shit is always fucking like been the case. Like motherfuckers is gonna do that, right? That's just kind of what it is. But we need to fight against that too. That's part of the system. I hate to say it.
Hey, man, I don't know. Listen, we can tell about. I think one of the ways that we can affect change because, like I said, black people, we spend the most when it comes to movies, media, and all that shit, sports and fashion, and don't own anything. You know what I mean? I think that's real talk. We want things to change, and how you get things. I'll give you an example with.
Well, don't you think we gotta build it for ourselves?
No. This is what we can do, right? Yeah. Money speaks a lot. Like Z said, we're the biggest consumer of pretty much everything. We're the biggest consumer of everything.
The civil rights when the riot in front of the bus, they didn't care about the boycott. When they stopped spending their money riding the bus, and it affected that the bus.
They had to change.
I don't know. I don't probably the state, maybe whatever. I don't know. Maybe whether it's private busing their own, whatever the case may be. Yeah. When black folks start riding the bus and spending their money, carpooling, this, that, and the other. It affected it. You know what I mean? They didn't care about them fussing and holding up picket signs. Yeah, fine. You're still gonna spend your money with me. It's when they stopped spending their money, right? Did that law change? And that's the same thing. And I'd say overall, like if we, real talk, like you know what I mean? If like like just being like honestly, like if some people, like I say, like, honestly though,
money talk bullshit.
It does. But what I'm saying is that as I became older, such as any of you guys, I mean, that I became more socially and consciously aware of things I'm saying and what's going on. You know what I mean? When you're younger, whatever the case, like you don't care about that shit, this, that, and the other. You know what I mean? He doesn't. Not saying he doesn't need to see it happen, but you're not really aware of what happens, what's going on. You know what I mean? And everybody has their own level of kind of awakening to stuff. But as you get older, anything as you're 30, so you don't feel anything the way when you were 18 years old. You know what I mean? And,
absolutely.
And like I said, whether the age of the cell phones, and just that and the other, right? Or they're up. And again, for somebody to do some crazy ass statistics about encountering, I'm sure like we're seeing this shit here, right? And this shouldn't happen to no one. We're not talking about shooting a dog. We're talking about someone's child or husband or wife is not coming home. That's nothing more final than death, right? You know what I mean? You can't mistakenly kill someone. Like, you know what I mean? If I'm working Domino's Pizza, right? How the fuck am I killing you? And it's crazy. Like, like the military has more training. We're not like as far as just escalating the situation and not killing. You know what I mean? They even had things in place, but until cops start holding their own cops. You know what I mean? How you gonna? I think it should be a separate unit or someone. How you gonna have your friends investigate? You know what I mean? Like that whole.
You can't investigate yourself. You can't.
Yeah, that whole thing needs to. Well, why is it even an investigation? Why did it take 2 months? Listen, if I shoot you right on camera or whatever the kid, they lock my black ass up tonight.
Facts.
Why am I getting? They're not gonna send me home with paid. You know, this and the other, and also too. Again, you talking about and when you're suing the city. That doesn't come out. They stop having to have personal, soaps. And
that's taxpayers' money.
That's your money. That's you taking your goddamn money and paying for some shit, some fuck up shit he done did, right? And he still gets to keep his pension and all that. They need to stop all that shit. Dude, now listen, again, do mistakes happen? Is everything racially motivated? No, I'm not saying that, right? But again, you can't accidentally choke a motherfucker to death. You can't this motherfucker with their hands and shoot a motherfucker 5 times in the back. And what was my man in South Carolina? Run away from the cop. Don't. Like, and then try to put a gun on him. Like that's not a mistake, That that was in South Carolina. That's not a mistake. You know what I mean? And again, us as the people, I won't even say a black thing. People, period. Whether you're black, whether you're white, whether you're Latino, and whatever you are, if you're tired of this, right? You know what? Hey, one day a week. You know what? Nobody's spending money in the economy, right? Nobody buy no gas, nobody buy no toothpaste, nothing. You know what I mean? If that shit like this start to go on, you know what I mean? Nationwide, shit gonna change. You know what? Fuck it. Christmas time coming, fuck that, man. Fuck that. You know what I mean? I know it's hard to tell your kids, no, but we gonna, you know what I mean? I get you right after Christmas, before they fuck that. You know what I mean? Like we spend more money. Maybe I should have had to. I wouldn't think I was gonna do this type of show today. And with all, like I said, sports, media, fashion, entertainment than any other race, we rather look like we got $1,000 than have $1,000. And that's a fact. We would spend our last on a pair of shoes, check the make sure our hair look good and everything. When you take another demographic, you know what I mean? They may have the same pair of sneakers with $10,000 whatever in their checking account, banking account. You know what I mean? We live at their bitch living check the goddamn check. Our whole weight is fucked up. You know what I mean? Again. I guess we haven't been taught better to value your money in dollars. You understand? Like I said, even overall.
Well, because we never had it.
Absolutely, I'm not negating
that. So that's part of the problem, right? If you never had something, you finally get it. You're going to you're not going to have it anymore because you're just going to waste it and spend it. Nobody, grandma didn't tell us how to save $1 and how to buy houses and invest in stock and all that stuff. Whereas other groups, they had shit handed down from their grandma and their grandparents and shit. They had, they had that leg up. Whereas, we didn't have nothing. So yeah.
I just want to say this: the food for thought. The Mellotron Nation made a point saying that there's more black people on Earth too. If they call us minorities, but
we only minorities in the United States.
I was just saying the map. If you look at a map, it's like the scale is wrong, bro. Africa is the second largest continent. You could fit America in Africa. You could fit the U.S. and Africa so many times, bro. Shit is so large.
But that's not. But being as more of us and we're not together on the same accord, it means nothing.
Yeah,
it can be 15 billion. You know what I mean? We're not with the same thing. Whether who has more,
get killed. Still get.
You know what I mean? And not for nothing, you do like I said, you do have Africa, but real talk, a lot of us here. If I give you an example, if the Chinese man don't like you hear what's going on, you go back and check. Where are we to go?
Yeah,
where are you to go?
We have no representation. We have no representation.
Who speaks up for us? Yeah, all we have was us. We're like I said, whether you call yourself, with Afro American black. Where do we go? You know what I mean? If you're Pakistani, like you can go back at where part? Because Africa is not one of you got about 100 countries inside Africa alone. And the Africa is just a continent. You know what I mean? Like North America is a continent. You got Canada, you got America,
South America, Zimbabwe, Congo.
Yeah.
Like where are we to go? We don't know. We've been stripped of everything. Like you know what I mean? Like and again. And I was talking. Who was it yesterday? I said, I'm not saying that we don't have our problems or so look at them. We haven't been free that long as a people to be able to govern ourselves. Like I was 70 years ago, believe it or not, we did restrictions. We still had Jim Crow laws in the South. Yep. That wasn't that goddamn long ago. And so I mean,
back in grandma days, that was grandma days. You know what I'm saying?
So even like you were saying, like far as the level of education, most of them, even when they went to grade school, you might have certain families that their kid or their child be the first one going to college. Now, you know, when I went and I had about 3 kids in school, you know, and then hopefully when they I mean, that will be our norm. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I know, like I said, as far as the level of education and jobs that we get, I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with being a bus driver or custodian or what, you know what I mean, or, you know, they make good money. I mean, for that. But the reason why you don't see more doctors and this and the other because the level of education, they don't have any help and it's expensive. Like I said, that's not what, even how you say, you don't have many,
a lot of money.
You don't have many, how you say, let me clear this, you don't have many black wealthy people. You have a lot of black rich ones, right? But, you know what I mean? But wealth. What I mean by wealth is the Kennedy's wealth. Each time a Kennedy turns 18 years old, they get $1 million. They're given a chance, a leg up to go out there and you got that million. Go out there, you know, invest in yourself. And in the world, they've been taught the lesson of what to do with money. That's why we get the rebirth of one, because again, we never had anything. And I'm not saying, because anybody can go broke. I'm not saying that this is a black thing, but you know what I mean? You're taught, like this is more common, especially for a black athlete or a black boss, you know what I mean, that we just get it and we you know what I mean, and we run through it, you know, and because we're not taught to.
I mean, just like
real quick, shameless plug. Hey, Greatness 84, man, join the Discord, bro. We got a channel just for like investing, dog. We putting in there. Yeah, man. Hey, shit, jump in that channel with us, bro. We be making money in that channel, dog. We be investing in some crypto, but especially on the weekends, dog. I'm talking about making thousands.
Yeah.
Hey,
shout out to Miles Blue. They made a good point too.
I get him some chat.
Black Wall Street was one of the wealthiest places in America, and they bombed it. That's true. That goes back to what I was saying about a system. They created a system that was designed that it wasn't designed for us, right? Mm-hmm. And so anytime, like they say, pull yourself up by your bootstrap. Anytime we tried that, we prospered, and they did something to kill us off and knock us down and make that shit go away. Mm-hmm. That's why I said that was more important of dismantling that system. Right, the system of white supremacy. If we dismantle that, then that'll allow everything else to fall in place. Then there was no need to be the Kooooning and people, you know, willing to not speak their mind or speak about their people in fear of losing their job or losing their wealth and stuff like that. That's basically all I was trying to say. You know what I'm saying? Yeah,
pretty much. We got somebody named Richard Poppy. Shout out to you, whoever you are, in Jefferson. But then again, like I said, I may have a debate tomorrow. I need a Sony guy. We're gonna find a Sony guy tomorrow by 6 p.m. Nah, I just do a regular show.
Hey man, you gotta do round 2 of them two niggas. Hold on.
Let me choose the Sony guy.
I need
wait. Hey, Z.
He gonna choose Almighty next year.
No, hold on. You know what hey Z, man, you gotta get them two niggas back together. The nigga that grandmother was.
That's bad for business, bro.
Nah, his mama gonna be whooping him again and shit.
I know I got a shit show, but no, I'm trying to take up the level of quality here. They can do that shit on Twitch.
Oh man.
Hey,
why that man grandmother came in like that, bro? That shit was funny as hell.
He said that was his mama, but Night Star Gaming. Man. You know, they got to work their way up to debate me, brother. I don't, you know what I'm saying? I don't get in the ring with rookies, man. They're gonna have to get a belt, get a couple of fights under them. You know what I'm saying? Get some sponsors, and then they'll be able to, get in the ring with Jaydub.
Hey man, tell them, bro. They trying to see some games, bro. They need to hop in that investor channel with us, bro. We making some moves, dog.
What you say, Rick?
Yo, come on. I'll take this Nintendo fraud out.
Shit, we got Ricky here.
Really want that smoke?
Listen, P-Rock don't have the guts.
Hey, Ricky gonna spend the whole podcast, the whole fight. He gonna be putting old buddy in the coon room for like 2 hours, and then he gonna win by default. That's fucked up.
Listen, man.
I put Parker and Ricky against each other so they can debate about their TVs for 3 hours.
Oh man, he got a tablet compared to my TV.
We didn't see one though.
They got a Fisher Price, my first tablet.
Shout out to Parker, man. Hey, Parker got his TV and he been trying to fight everybody. He walk up to people on the street, strangers. Hey, what kind of TV you got?
He went down to Cowboy Stadium talking about his TV was better.
Jaydub, when somebody asks you what type of TV, and you know you got your TV like 5 years old, but they ask you every day, what model TV you got? Don't you kind of feel like, man, all right, you trying to be funny now? We know you got to see one, bro.
Yeah. Now here's the thing. Everybody just got the CX like 6 months ago. Like, well, let's say the first of the year, around Christmas time or something, right? So that was the new thing where they came out with the C1, which is literally the same exact thing. They just changed the model number for the year for 2021. Yeah. And Parker like, mine better than yours. It's like, it's the same damn thing, Parker. Come on, man. What are we doing here? Just because you waited to get your TV don't mean it's better. Come on.
Hey, Parker the whole bit. Parker hilarious, man.
Yeah. Parker had you rolling. Parker came for all the smoke. He didn't even care. Yo, Z, what kind of TV you got?
Hey, check this shit out right. Check this shit out right, y'all. Z, you're a nefarious individual. Parker crazy as hell.
Hey, what he says? Z, I'm thinking about it. You ain't never put nobody black on.
Oh,
nigga,
man.
you black, ain't you?
Yeah. Oh man.
Oh, hold on.
Hey, Z, you got to get Parker to tell us a story again about the whole bombs in Atlanta.
I got that shit. I got that bitch in the clip somewhere.
Oh, okay. We
got. He said he blocked everybody. I said, why you block King's Blood or Coon?
He blocked everybody but me.
Yeah, he ain't blocked me either. So why King? What type of another black man tells another black man from his white orders that he smoked crack? I said, what? Yo, I was in fucking tears, man. God damn. We damn before shit up. We should have got that Grid and Parker debate. Now, what we not gonna do?
Yeah, bro. Yeah, though.
Hey, I mean, I remember. Okay.
Hey, if that motherfucker went trying to sue us, man, we'll bring him on and break his leg.
Jacoby and Myers. Motherfucker sent me a 6-page manifesto with a link.
Hey, the reason why y'all haven't heard from Grid is a bit of conflict of interest going on between.
I had my lawyer to send that motherfucker some papers first.
Yeah, some motherfucker's neck in his back.
Yeah, nigga. Listen. Yeah, fear the Grid. Listen,
you're trying to sue his employer. He's still working for him.
Come out of retirement.
No, man.
I'll throw you in a room about 8-9 times, and it's an easy way.
I mean, you want to get you some wins under your belt first.
I'm trying to get P-Rock out there.
Wins.
But I need a Sony guy for tomorrow, man.
You don't want no smoke with me. If
I can get me a Sony guy for tomorrow. No, I know Saturday.
Ricky Brown, you gonna be a PlayStation guy for tomorrow for us?
Yo, I need what's your name?
Right now. You'll throw the match.
If I'm him, make me him.
If I'm him, make me him. Cut me in.
When you grow up in the projects, boy, the debate's not about facts. Well, you know that because you've been winning debates with bullshit like Trump. So, that being said, it's not about what you say; it's how you say it.
It's all of the above. You got to deliver it precisely, and
it's timing too.
It's timing, and you got to know. You listen.
You got to make motherfuckers laugh too.
Facts, but listen. Let me tell you why Xbox guys typically lose. I'm gonna tell you why they typically lose. They follow that same. They follow that same post-up book. Going back to 2013 and Donnie D. As soon as they bring that up, then they get side. They lose. You got to get past that.
Hey, Defiant, you in the Discord?
Well, my man Post Up, the whole Crap Gamer joint. After further review, Post had like a personal vendetta. Man, he got in there like Crap Gamer pushed his baby down or something. He's about gaming.
I'm pretty on Twitter.
Crap jabbed him, and then he's like, "Oh, we fight for real, huh?" And then he said, you gonna let this white man come on here and disrespect?"
You know, Z Vince McMahon. He forgot that.
Hey, no.
Post with no script.
Hey, yo, I told Post for a while. You worry about Yard Boy, getting that motherfucker do you can't go on that bitch talking about what Phil said in 2013.
Yeah.
Crap gonna put your ass in the motherfucking Boston Crab. I told him that shit was gonna happen. I told him. Nah, I ain't
on top of him showing up medicated and can't talk and he losing his train of thought, I was like, oh.
What killed him was when he said exclusive didn't matter. And when he asked that question, it was done then. He said exclusive matter. He's like, no. And I was like, oh, man, he really is high.
No, when he admitted he forgot, he was like, what was I talking? What was I saying? I forgot what I said.
I'm on medication, y'all.
Yeah, that was the final nail in the coffin.
You picked a hell of a time to get on medication.
And then the last blow was when he got serious and started using the race card. I was like, oh, come on.
After that, I left the $5 super chat and I left. That's it.
I was a TKO. I said, God
listen,
damn.
Even my kids was disappointed. It's like, Daddy, did post up win? I was like, I don't want to talk about it.
That motherfucker been looking for this fight for the last 3 years, but brought up that tree. With the albino rhino. He gave him anything he wanted and then some.
Hey, Post didn't show up back on the show for like 2 months after that.
He was rap. He taking his rap. He taking his rap character serious.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Post still part time after that. He hasn't come to a show on time and shit. He comes through when the box is drowning. That's when he comes.
That motherfucker still healing. He got his jaw broken. It takes 6 weeks. That private white man, that nigga with the Thanos on, he snapped his fingers, yo. See, you want this white racist man disrespect me? I said, what the fuck going on, bro? Oh, man.
Jeez. I thought Heath Stevens was back in this damn match.
Yo, that motherfucker tried to poke.
You heard me. You heard me. I told him, I said, Pose, whatever you do, don't go out there talking about that Dunny D shit back in 2013. That's you gonna lose if you do that, bro. And game trails us. That debate when his mama came out fucking punching him back in the head and shit, making him walk the dog. He went back to that Dunny D. Well, back in 2013, when Xbox One first launched, Dunny D.
That's like bragging about the 360 generation,
current, bro.
You got
I ain't talking about the past. I'm gonna be on some Sammy Soul shit, Mark McGuire shit. I'm not here to talk about the past.
Listen, it's Xbox. It really it's a good, like, this is where you need to start. Like, if I was an Xbox guy, no. I wouldn't even do the hardware thing, right? Because think about it. You got the hardware, but you ain't got no games that's really, you know what I'm saying? You're getting your ass kicked by the PS5 at the moment, so you can't really.
I don't think it's a draw, but it shouldn't be.
Okay. Let's say it's a draw, right? But you got two extra T-flops. You've been screaming, "Where's the RDNA 2 for 2-3 years now?" You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I wouldn't bring up power, but I would just stick with game. Like, every answer would be fucking Game Pass. That, like, stick with Game Pass.
Yeah, but you can't
with Bethesda. And stick with Bethesda. No, listen. You got ZeniMax Studios. You got all those studios. Stick with that and Game Pass, and you'll have a good run, right? You probably. It's gonna take some time, right? Like, because opponent can always say, "Well, when those fucking games coming, then you stuck, right?" But then you say, "Listen,
Tony, when his game's coming."
But then he can always say,
"Where's that God of War Ragnarok at? Where's that? Can I see it?"
No. But this is what he can say. He can say, "I got Ratchet and Clank. I already got this game, that game, that game. That, you know, whether it's dog shit or not, it's still games, right? That's coming."
But
that came, right?
But Ratchet and Clank ain't here. You can pick that apart.
But that's fucking too much.
Hey, Rick, don't give away your game plan.
We got Returnal coming Friday. We got fucking. I mean,
Rick, don't give away your game plan, Rick.
You got the Demon Souls. You got the Monster. Like. Come on.
But here's where you go with that, though, Jaydub.
Yeah.
The minute they start talking about they got the Demon Souls, the Returnal, the Ratchet and Clank, you pull the fucking King Trash on them. Did you play that game? Did you finish that game?
Well, it depends on who they debate. It depends on who you're debating, right? Because. But Ricky Brown, one thing I'll tell you, bro, listen, it's one thing I'll tell you, and I know this for a fact for the majority of, you know what I'm saying, everybody in the PlayStation 8, it's one thing you can't take away from PlayStation dudes is them motherfuckers support their exclusives and they fucking they play their games. That's literally.
But they do. Right, J-Dub, but they also sabotage the user review of their
absolutely. Listen, MLB is no longer. Listen, MLB is no longer exclusive. Therefore, that bitch, we don't want to be associated with it. That's how PlayStation dudes be like. Fuck
y'all did to MLB what Magneto did to old girl when she wasn't a mutant no more.
Facts. Oh, you ain't no mutant no more. All right, fuck it. You out of here. Yeah.
Sorry, you ain't one of us no more. Oh man.
Yep.
Oh, you want old girl lost her powers and shit.
Yeah, she lost her powers. Magneto threw off the bus, lost the car. He was like, "Hey, I'm sorry, you can't roll with us." He took the Juggernaut and bounced.
Yep.
I think my battery died in my camera. Jesus.
Yeah, she crazy, man.
Come on, bro.
I don't understand why the bots don't win more because they've been fighting for the last 6 years.
I know, but see, Ricky, the problem though, right, is their same arguments are some of the same arguments that Z started back with the fucking like they old arguments. You know what I'm saying? Like nigga, that shit played out. Like this 2021, what new
I'm gonna say nigga
arguments?
Old playbook, man.
Yeah, you gotta like it's a new Microsoft from then to now. You know what I'm saying? Like you can't.
Obama ran the damn thing into the ground.
Listen, as soon as you bring up Donnie D or Terry Morrison, that's an instant L, bro. That's an instant L because that shit was last gen. You got your ass kicked last gen. This is a new gen. And let's face it, Xbox launch with no fucking games. Sony, no matter if you thought the game's dog shit or not, launch with 7 games, right? It's all subjective.
Well, 1 game and an expansion pack.
It don't matter. It's all subjective. It don't matter. It was still games that came out available to the system because think about it. Prior to that, all you had was Xbox One games and Xbox 360 games. On the Xbox side. So and then eventually they came out with the Falconeer, and then eventually they came out with the Medium, and nothing ever since. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Hey, listen, that's why you got to use that value narrative, that Game Pass narrative, because you're not
exactly. But that's what I said, Ricky. But that's what I said. That would be my number one go-to is Game Pass and Bethesda. I would just avoid the whole when they gonna come topic because you can't ask a PlayStation guy when God of War gonna come when you don't know when none of your fucking games.
What about backwards compatibility?
You got
that's a if I ran out of all options, I'll pull that out my ass as a last resort. But they can always, you know what I'm saying? It's you know
get them with the RDNA too, but then again you fall back into the power shit.
You fall back on the power. You see what I'm saying?
Your gas tank ain't full yet, so you can't really
listen. If they would have launched Halo, right? And Halo would have been looking good, like we wanted it to look. If it looked next gen, they could have been coasting on Halo, because they could say this RDNA 2, this shit got ray tracing and all this shit that they promised. You know what I'm saying? Before the console came out, but because that shit got delayed and it wasn't going to come with ray tracing, now you know what I'm saying. That's another like point that you can't really kind of bring up. So it's like fuck.
You're right. However. If you don't get that motherfucking God of War out and what's the other one?
No, Horizon.
If you don't get that out, and the box does drop a Starfield, and a Halo, that's an L for the PlayStation. That's an L.
Well, it really depends on how well Ratchet and Clank does. Because if that's all they drop, like it's just Ratchet and Clank. Like if maybe Kena, if Kena does well, but really Ratchet and Clank. If God of War and Horizon don't launch
to the box too, though. I thought that was
that's It may come in a year's time or something, but it's kind of like that Final Fantasy VII.
That Returnal's got to be good though. That Returnal can't flop. I
hope it does, but at the same time, again, PlayStation can still ride back on the Demon Souls. They can still the Miles Morales, the Spider-Man. They still got a few nuggets that they can hold their head high saying, hey, we got a good first year. Let's face it, it's not a bad first year, right? You don't launch with Demon Souls, Miles Morales.
It's better than what the PS4 was.
Absolutely, right? We could have Resogun and Killzone. You see what I'm saying? Like,
oh Jesus, that game was wrong.
So you can't. So I'm gonna be honest. So
Infinite Second Son did come out like 2 months later. That was good.
No, it was like 3 months. True. But that would be equivalent to me personally. That would be equivalent like to a Ratchet and Clank. You see what I'm saying? It's a good game, but I don't think it's gonna it's not like God of War Horizon type level shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but one of the advantages that I'll have with whoever I debate is the fact that I own a PlayStation. I own every goddamn one of them.
That's true, Ricky. That's true, but let me tell you, that can also be detrimental because how I would tackle it, I would be like, motherfucker, you got the best console and you still represent Xbox. You got a console with exclusives and games. You still represent Xbox. You got a system with the best controller. I'm just saying that's the argument that I would. You know what I'm saying? I'll throw some tricks in there. I'll
you mean some fabrications?
No, am I lying though? Like, am I lying? You got a PS5, got the best controller, got the best exclusive, got the best games, and you still represent Xbox. That when I'm fighting with Post Up, listen. When I'm fighting with Post Up, these are tactics that I use to throw him off. You know what I'm saying? I switch it up. I might, you know what I'm saying? I might throw the Donnie D shit out there just so he can get caught off guard and go back to the old
make
shit.
Him go down the deep waters and try.
You know what I'm saying? Like when I'm out of ideas fighting with him and shit, I'll throw some nuggets out there and see if he gonna catch that bait. Some Donnie D. Well, back in 2013, and he may catch it and he may not. He be like, motherfucker, don't change, don't flip the script. It just depends, you know what I'm saying? But I'll debate eventually, man. But it has to be somebody that's seasoned and it's gonna like me and Poster. We can go all day because we feed off each other. But like,
nigga said he didn't want to debate them, man. But like I said, I just put a tweet out there. I'm gonna get a picture for tomorrow if I close this motherfucking turn. I need a Sony guy for Xbox Legend tomorrow.
Yeah,
I'm gonna leave it at that. I got an Xbox Legend for y'all tomorrow. I'm looking for a pony. Fuck y'all.
Hey, PlayStation Nation.
Step in the ring again, Z. Thought you was gonna step in the ring again. You said you gonna go bot mode for one day only.
That ain't no fun. That's easy, man. Yeah. You ain't gonna, anybody gonna out argue being sling shit like me. That's easy. All I do is pop shit and swallow spit. You know what I mean?
Right.
It bros, I had to stop doing them though, man.
That you was retweeting his shit, and this dude done freaking came out with bad information. Who was that dude?
I retweeted it.
Nah, Jaydub. He retweeted some guy's Daniel, whatever the heck he was, and this dude said,
talking about the numbers.
Oh, that's Z. Yeah, that's the. Yeah. Nah, it wasn't. It wasn't that it. No, it wasn't that it was wrong information. What's that guy? He's a pro Xbox guy. Anyway, he said those numbers aren't necessarily accurate, but they're the best.
He's wrong.
No,
he was wrong. He said his statement verbatim, and he took it down because he was ashamed of himself.
Yeah,
he said that Apple had the power to eat Microsoft.
Oh no. So that's something different. I don't know about that. That happened.
You
today.
Retweeted that, and then this dude, he got his legs broke.
No, Ricky. You know when I retweet shit, right? I retweet that shit so it'll catch some legs, and so that shit.
Yeah, no doubt. Because this brother said, you said, man, what if Sony merged with Apple? Because they already got the best
threw that
camera.
out there. Yeah, I was fucking with what's the name, Tom Warren. You know how everybody say, well, Phil got this Nintendo Switch on the shelf or this Kojima doll on the shelf. That means he's partnering or he's buying this, right? And so I did the same thing with the DualSense controller. Apple had it on their stage today with the iPad Pro. And I said, Sony, that's it. Sony buying Apple, yada, yada. How you feel like about that, Time Warner? I said some shit like that just to kind of trigger some
like,
shit.
Yeah, he said Microsoft only worth $1 trillion. I was like, man, you better check those numbers again. Yeah. I said it's 1.94 and Apple is 2.2 something.
Yeah.
He was.
It depends.
He got his legs broke though. Like 3 people broke his legs, and I was like, that's when I tweeted out to you. I was like, yo, dog, man, you better vet these dudes that you retweet, man.
Listen. Post will tell you exactly what I'm doing. We'll be in the background. He'd be like, Kratos, I'm finna do this. And I say, go ahead and do it, so I'm gonna retweet it, so it'll gain some legs and get more people to see that shit, and more people be fighting. And before you know it, like everybody out there slinging mud over some shit that we done created. You know what I'm saying? Or some shit we done started.
Let me see. I'm also drop that bitch up in there. Buck got a duck, man. I'm gonna drop this Buck video right quick. Sorry, Buck.
Oh man,
I ain't no content.
Hey, was that the one from earlier? Because
I
you
recorded
too.
Oh, man,
I recorded it too.
Yeah, I ain't get the beginning part. I need to chop it. I didn't get the beginning part.
I got it.
Yeah, but I was learning how to work this shit right. This thing here.
I ain't know if you recorded or not, but I did. I said, we got to see how far down the rabbit hole this guy. This motherfucker said a raccoon with scratches on the face. We was in a dark alley, and I woke up. I saw a bright light, and a dude standing over me. I'm like, God. We pulled over. He said we pulled over to smoke a cigarette. I said, who pulls over in the fucking middle of nowhere to smoke a cigarette? Nigga, you high? Hey, Buck be high as hell, bro. He be tripping.
Buck be out there living his best life, man. My God, what's the
my man said he couldn't pull the camera out.
Oh man,
shaking, keep moving.
Yo, hey, Jaydub, you see that contract? They got that Capcom contract. Sony, wow.
Now what happened? What happened?
They had to pay more money to keep it out of Game Pass.
No. They don't have to pay more. It wasn't more money. Just how they make that marketing. Whatever game they market now can't come to Game Pass. They didn't do.
Facts. Ooh, hey, send me that link. Send me that link.
And you telling me that's not going to cost y'all more money? Come on now.
It will, but guess what?
I mean, they're both Japanese companies. They probably got.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Nah, nigga, money is money. You ain't gonna give me that job.
Hey, my man Vaughn said this. My man Vaughn said this the Yakuza style.
You want to talk about? I think Capcom don't have a problem doing it. That game so much shit on Xbox.
Absolutely. They said Resident Evil. When it Sony sold like 80% more copies of the games than Xbox. Like,
hey, Jaydub, you know what makes it worse?
Yeah, after they get them Outrider numbers, they're gonna rethink that contract.
Outrider's not gonna be bigger than Resident. Stop.
No. Never said it was.
No way.
After they get those numbers.
You know what's crazy? Nintendo sells more Capcom games and all
absolutely.
PS2 games.
Absolutely.
Because they started the whole Resident Evil remaster freaking trend.
No, but listen.
They was remastering Resident Evil 4 before fucking Switch came out.
Yeah, they were on the GameCube before everybody.
No, Ricky Brown, that don't count. I'm gonna tell you why. Because most Xbox gamers, right?
They don't fit that fuck nigga narrative.
They're shooters. They're a bunch of shooters, man. That's what the box was.
Nah, I think it mostly go down to just Xbox dudes in general. They really just don't play games like that.
Hey.
They really don't.
You remember when Tony Hawk came out last year? That shit.
Yep. That shit
like
didn't sell
80% on PlayStation, like 20% on Xbox.
Yep. That's why I said you can say what you want about PlayStation Nation, but them motherfuckers, they buy and support their games.
Yeah, they do.
To be honest though, Jaydub, those were the games that came out on PlayStation back in the day. The majority of everybody played Tony Hawk on PlayStation 2.
Absolutely. No, you right. Dragon Ball, you right, but listen, it's 2021, brother. Like
your mic is messed up.
Yeah, your mic messed up, Dragon Ball.
That's all he knows.
Jump on and jump in. Yeah. Listen, we can't keep going back to that argument. Well, these dudes used to be PlayStation dudes back in PlayStation 1 day. Man, you know how fucking long ago that's been? Like, motherfuckers are gamers, right? Like, you can't just say, well, because you play Resident Evil on PlayStation 1, that's the reason you buying it now. Like, even if you just started gaming on the Xbox 360, right? Or even the Xbox One, you gotta know a good game when you see a good game. I'm just saying.
You also people think they was gonna skip Resident Evil 2 or 3 and go straight to 8 and get a Game Pass. They got the old ones a Game Pass.
Absolutely. It's all about the numbers. It's all about the support and the numbers. Now, when you see 120, 130 million consoles sold, people be like, oh, but that's just consoles. That's sales don't mean nothing. But the bigger the fan base that you have is the more amount of people that you can market a game to. So hardware sales do matter. No matter what somebody tell you, hardware sales do matter. If you got access to 120 million people versus 40 million people, what's the chance that you can get more people to buy your game in 100 out of 120 million people or 40 million people? You see what I'm saying?
That's how I kind of figured it wasn't coming to Game Pass when they had all them Sony executives on that Resident Evil show.
Everybody was showing up. You had Herman Hulse, Yoshida,
Mark Cerny. You think that's a PlayStation only game?
Yeah. Well, you know Yoshida, man. Them his folks. Like that dude there, man. That's his shit.
Man. No, because somebody was posting that Cole Eastwood video was saying that's coming day and date in Game Pass.
Listen, I think I wish, for the love of God, I wish Xbox dudes would stop that. It's a good thing that you have Game Pass and it's accessing all the first party games, but you're setting yourself up for failure if you're thinking that all these third party games are instantly going to start coming to Game Pass. Because if that don't happen, and all these Xbox dudes would just be sitting waiting, not buying these games, then the developers are definitely not going to be willing to put those games on your platform.
Did you see the new suit called list all the games that's launching day and date? Well, people be saying Mass Effect next month, Far Cry 6, Battlefield 6, Back 4 Blood.
Yeah, crazy shit, bro. Crazy shit.
Day and date and game.
Listen. You know, Microsoft ponied up the money to get Outriders in MLB, right? Kudos for them, but I don't think that they're going to continue to spend top-notch money, right, to put like a Far Cry and all these other third-party games on there. They're doing it in anticipation that hopefully the third-party developers will be like, well, we may take a loss or we may not take a loss. We just don't know how many people are going to play these games and how many people are going to buy these games. But Capcom, they know how many people from Xbox community are going to buy and support those games. Some of these other big developers like Ubisoft, they know.
Yo,
they got the stats. They've been having the stats.
I think Back 4 Blood gonna be. I don't think it's gonna be better.
Yeah, but that's a small title. You know what I'm saying? That's like we're talking about big shit. Like even Outriders wasn't really like a big title. Plus that's a services game.
When the cat, I wasn't doing a show today, but hold on, let me here go the link. Like I said, we're giving away a Xbox Series S. For those who know me, a lot of you guys know me. All the giveaways are official, but you go to the link right there. You subscribe. If you got Amazon Prime for absolutely free. Support your boy. I'm about to shut this bitch down in a minute, though.
Developers.
I think people forget how greedy EA is.
Shit, EA, man. I'm telling you.
They win all that money.
Big time. Big time.
If they was going to launch in the service, they just bring that PC service to console if they was going to put it in the service.
Pretty much. But there's a reason they keeping that segmented though.
Yeah, because games don't sell like that on PC.
Yeah,
most of their sales is from console.
Yeah, let's face it. I don't know nobody playing Madden or 2K on fucking PC. I don't know nobody.
What's that nigga name? 21 Gaming was.
Yeah,
he was on the sport.
He was out there bitch playing by himself.
Appreciate that, brother. Appreciate that, man. Like I said, tomorrow we'll be back. Well, hey, listen, I'm being a Sony guy for a debate tomorrow. I put a link out there on Twitter, I'm sorry. But now I'll be doing a regular goddamn show. But, Dragon Ball, give me a time. You in here? Or did you, I got trash for you Saturday. Is that with decent mic?
Yeah, don't.
Oh, I got a mic. I'm actually on my way to the crib. I'm actually on my.
So, it's 4 o'clock Eastern good for you Saturday?
Is that, you said 4 o'clock Saturday?
Yeah.
My time or your time?
I'm on the East Coast. Where you at?
I'm on the West Coast.
Oh, all right. So that's 1 o'clock. Yeah. All right. 1 p.m., 2 p.m.
Okay.
That'll work.
All right. Let me should be back then. Yeah. So that's Saturday. About when should we look about 1:30? Make sure everybody mic check. 1:30 your time.
Hey, Dragon Ball, mute your mic, brother.
Yeah, feedback's crazy.
Wow, man. Yeah, that feedback.
Yeah, so tomorrow, like I said, I got an Xbox legend coming out of retirement for a debate tomorrow. I need a Sony guy. I mean,
man, see, I be putting the fillers out for everybody, man. I don't know why, but a lot of PlayStation dudes that I wonder, hey, like,
Who? Hey, the family got. You say, who not on Twitter? Define. You got. Anybody here want to debate? Anybody got a YouTube channel? I mean, anything. Hey, Rodimus, you said I'm following you on Twitter. I don't see how. Drop the link to your Twitter account or DM me. Man. That's how I pushed the button. My mistake. Maybe he was
as he should.
Maybe he was Kooooning with a K. No, maybe he was like these black dudes.
These black dudes.
Yeah, for real, man. Shit. But anyway, shout out to everybody that rocked out live, man. I just uploaded that Buck Get Chased by a UFO. It should be up by now. You know what I mean? And ended up in the woods with some dude with a light flashing. I think that was the cop. Hey, what the fuck y'all back there doing? Pulled over. Y'all driving. Y'all gonna pull over to a dark place in the woods? Buck, we need answers, bro.
Think about it, Z. 2 white dudes back in the woods with a raccoon, holding a raccoon, smoking crack.
Buck said, there was another time I went to an abandoned building, and the raccoons, like, that was dangerous. They had scars and Buck. What the fuck is you out there doing, Buck? Somebody gonna kill his ass, yo. Buck we knowing the most, man. My God, see, this guy's living on the edge. So now you know what I'm talking about.
The crazy thing is, after that shit happened, you think Buck would take his ass home.
No.
This motherfucker still go out doing partying and doing the other shit.
Then he said he got chased by another UFO.
Hey, how you get chased by 2 UFOs in the same
day?
Night?
Yeah. And they said the Chupacabra almost got him in the woods.
Yeah.
Screamed at him. I think I'm laughing. I'm making this. This is all fucking facts. On my mama's mama.
Hey, we got the audio.
Oh, mama. You got. I wasn't ever able to get all that shit. I came back and just mentioned it. I was trying to learn how to do. I was working with the soundboard shit. Thank you, brother.
Yeah, no problem, man. Hope that shit. Hope that shit gets you, where it need to be.
Yeah, I'm looking to load my sounds and shit in here now. Yeah. Motherfucker. Yeah, I can see I can link my. No, we can do some callings. I can sync the phone to via Bluetooth.
Yep. We got Bluetooth. Somebody can call in and we can call him a coon and kick him off the air live. Hey, did you get a chance to see the Apple event today?
Nah, I just had to go to the pharmacy and with my grandmother. You know what happened?
Oh, okay.
Anyway, I see that talk about it in the DMs, but the shit was powerful or some shit, right?
Man, fucking Apple on it, man. They killing it from every level. Yeah. They announced their new iMacs and the new iPad Pro.
Mm-hmm.
Man, that shit.
They still got iPads. They got them cell phone probably kind of make them a little. What's called? I used to be buying.
Yeah.
Tablet shit in the morning. I got one. When you remember using them motherfuckers when trying to read the screen when you don't be here.
Yeah.
But shit.
Nah, they killing it, man, on the hardware level and how the speed, how long the devices last, and just all the tech that goes into that 5G and all that shit. Shit, I mean, there's a reason they the world's richest company. You know what I'm saying?
For sure. They locked in their phone. I think probably the phones will put them over the top.
Oh yeah, without a doubt. Mello, sit your ass down.
Let me see. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I'm back on this bitch tomorrow. Let me see. About like 6 p.m. either debate or show. Either about 6 p.m. Then I'll be back on Twitch Wars, man. Shout out everybody in the chat, man.
For sure.
I mean, Jaydub. We said Jaydub what? Kooooning for Al. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, Rodimus. Mm-hmm. That's why Z blocked you, fuck nigga.
I might have pocket down. I might have pocket ass did this shit or something. You know what I mean? You might have been tapped as an RDX from Dills the World Greatest Podcast. That's why I blocked your cool ass, man. Saying, well, I'm back on this bitch tomorrow. We out here.